I want to be the very best, like no DM ever was. Bum, 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 bum. To kill them is my real test.
What?
To TPK them is my cause. Hello, bum, bum, bum. Hello, everybody.
D&D.
We're going to get copyright struck for that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to High Rollies this week. It's literally before we went live, the entire crew were on their phones opening packs on the new Pokemon card game. If you're wondering why I did the Pokemon theme, that's why.
Add us as friends.
Don't
give
you
us
even
stuff.
dare put it down, both of you, or Danny's
I
taking the
wanna
phone away.
show
Put it
everyone
down.
My favorite
Put it down.
card.
I want to see.
Put it down, or I'm gonna. There'll be no inspirations forever.
But we never get
Wasn't
it.
anyway.
I'll take levels away.
Don't take our fate away.
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
I'll take full levels, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'll go back to old school
God.
D&D. You get hit by a wraith, lose a level.
God, that's 1/5 of the last year would be lost.
Slowest game ever.
More than that, because we started at level 2.
Yeah.
Right, with that, I'm Mark Sherlock Humes. I'm your Dungeon Master. This is High Rollers. We play D&D here now in our campaign of the Dragon Empire.
D&D?
We've got these guys. We've got Rhiannon. We've got Trot. We've got Kim. On the other side of the table, we've got Tommy Wombus and Katie.
Hey, what up?
Right, a couple of quick things I want to smash through it so we can get started today. First thing is that there's some new stickers in the merch store.
Stickers?
Do you love stickers? Everyone loves stickers, don't
Kim
they?
made stickers this week.
Kim made some stickies.
You got stickers. You like stickers? Get stickers. There's a whole bundle. Go get the stickers. They're on the store.
The whole crew.
It's
the
like a
whole
little
crew.
thing.
It's
just
like there's the
parrot
Altheya
faces.
logo. There's like the High Rollers fancy crest. Go get some stickers. It's on the store.
Wow.
Do it right now.
Also, look at my
fresh.
cardigan. It's great.
It's a nice little thing.
Again, she's wearing a new cardigan again.
Back-to-back bangers.
But also, don't forget that also available, if you've got maybe you don't have a lot of money, you can go get yourself some little stickies and things like that. If you're maybe a little flush with the cash and you want a new dice set, don't forget to head on over to Dispel Dice to get your Clever Toad dice
down here.
set. They're right there.
Here.
Yeah.
Sam.
This one.
Sam.
Camera's on it. Sam, go on, do it.
It's gonna do it.
Do it, Sam.
It's gonna do
I
it.
believe
Here it
in
comes.
you.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 3.
You could just look at my cardigan a bit.
3, 2, 1.
Look at my cardigan. It's so
He's
sick.
trying. He's trying.
dinosaurs
But yes, Dispel Dice Clever Toad dice set is available now. You can buy it directly. Buy it directly through Dispel Dice. They have tiny little orange frogs and little wizard hats inside.
Also little pickies.
Little piggies.
Wow.
Hard to see on the camera, but they are there.
There's a toad.
They're very
We love
cute.
Dispel Dice. They are high quality dice sets.
They're all
beautiful to read.
handmade, illustrated by them. It's all just
Wonderful.
great.
They're just perfect.
It slaps ass, frankly.
They're
So
so good.
treat yourself. Coming up to near Christmas,
Gifting season.
buy yourself it or buy somebody you love a lovely Clever Toad dice set.
And then get them into D&D and then take over their entire lives.
And then bring them to all of our live shows
Yeah.
and do all of these other things.
Yeah.
And
And buy our Califris mini.
And Califris Mini available onlygames.co.
Only-games.co/high rollers.
Only-games.co High Rollers collection. You can get your if you don't have our minis, you can get all of the Altheya characters there as well.
Yeah.
And you can even get them in big version. Big. Califris Big is coming soon. Califris Big coming soon.
That's a lot of merch.
That's a lot of merch, a lot of stuff going on. The next thing is, it's a weird one because do we do it this week or do we do it next week? Because in the middle of the week, it's Katie's birthday.
What?
So it's sort of birthday today, but also birthday next week.
And
it's
I
Katie's
got
birthday.
you loads of terrain that I don't
Oh, I
know
left that there. Sorry, yeah.
The stuff that I put there last week. Cool.
Yeah.
Happy
But
birthday.
yes, it's like in the middle, so we'll do it both times.
14th.
We'll do it both times.
Yeah.
That I think is everything. I can't think of anything else that needs to be mentioned this week.
We love you all.
I have
that-
Me2EX.
What's that? Put that down. No. You can see after the game.
Pokemon's banned.
I want to see it now.
Don't stop putting it on camera. This is not sponsored, all right? There was a bit at the beginning. Pokemon goes away now.
It's
I bought
over.
your cards this week. Help us.
Don't stop. Don't just stop.
Help.
Well,
Help me.
We buy real cards
trying.
every road trip.
Yeah. But with that, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
We're going to play some D&D now.
Yeah.
Hooray!
On that intro, Sam. Welcome back to Altheya, the Dragon Empire, episode 42.
Wow.
Our heroes rushed through a mine belonging to the Shirikar Earthworks group, hoping to rescue Rowan, who had been lured deep into the earth by a cultist of Belaine, the hungering worm, she who feasts, one of the embered gods of Altheya. Whilst his friends raced to his aid, battling hideous creatures and angry earth elementals en route, Rowan's mind flashbacked to an incident where he entered a proto-magi vault and was caught in some strange machine. As his life was nearly brought to an end, the strange patterns on his arm began to glow, and the stone itself sprang to life, enshrouding him in a shield that protected and healed him, at least for a time. Whilst in this state, Rowan experienced visions and mentally battled against a fragment of Belaine's divine will. Managing to seize it and choke it, he bargained and learned information about their current quest. Eventually, his stone shield was broken just as his friends arrived, and together, with the aid of a new angry earth elemental friend, they defeated Jae-soon, the cultist who had lured Rowan down there. With their foe slain, the party begin to make their way out of the mine, though unsure about how Jae-soon's brother Kuro, who remains above with a well-trained mercenary company, will respond. Before we do anything else,
Yeah.
I am going to do an official retcon. Because Mark...
Xanthias has been dead the whole time.
He's been dead the whole time. It's been an illusion. No, I made sort of a mistake, but also just got flustered in the moment last week.
It happens.
And I described that Jae-soon's gross insecty, like, weird morph face
Yes.
changed back when she died. I got it muddled up, and it should not have changed back.
Okay.
Because of the nature of her story and things that have gone on behind the scenes and certain magical effects no longer being in place, it would be that she still has the gross insect mouth.
If we take this body out of here, it's not just a tattoo we're relying on now. It's
No,
the entire
there is still the
visage.
tattoo and stuff like that as well, absolutely. But there is still a point of, like, just because somebody has a gross insect mouth, like, there could be many reasons for that. There might still need to be some sort of, like, convincing, potentially. We don't know.
Okay.
But obviously will perhaps be a little bit easier because of that. But yes, that was just something I got wrong. And then also, do you remember who picked up the ring that she was wearing?
It was Xanthias, wasn't it?
I believe it's Xanthias that currently has
Yeah, I
it.
think it was. I think you did lose.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it was Xanthias.
sure.
Wasn't me.
And that was just you guys, just a pop quiz for you. What was that called?
Nobody knows.
We don't have a name.
It's just a ring?
It has not been examined in any form, I don't believe.
Yeah.
But there was
I think I
a
saw
there was
that it was
a
magical,
ring.
and that was
Yes.
that was it. But I do have charges on my gold sight eye, so I could identify.
Before you do that, though,
Yes.
it's fate time, baby.
Okay.
Fate time.
Time for fate.
Time for fatey bye-bye.
A 4.
Hooray!
Nice for you.
Oh, a 4.
A dice for you.
A 3.
A dice for me.
Dice for us.
6.
A dice for you. Lovely.
Oh.
1.
A dice for me.
Hooray!
A 5. A dice for you. 4 to 2.
4 to 2 again. The
meaning of life.
Last time, wasn't
Yeah.
In your favour. Wonderful. So the you guys were making your way out of this rather sort of twisty, complicated mine. There is anybody who had any effects that last for less than basically an hour.
Yes.
I would say, in fact, actually, if you have effects that last less than 8 hours, because it's probably going to take you a couple of hours to make your way back out. Certainly, any effects that last a minute would have ended around the time the battle ended. Hello, question.
Question. So I had my aura of vitality up
Yes.
around me. I healed 7 times using it.
You can have 3 more uses
I
of
can
it.
have 3 more.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just roll those. Literally pick a person and roll them.
Who's looking real
Beat up.
crumbly?
I'm 25
fine.
of 42.
22.
30 of 30.
I'm weirdly fine.
Okay, this is for Ree.
Thank you.
That's a 5.
Okay.
I'll do it for me. That's a 6.
Selfish.
I'll do it for
I'm fine.
Xanthias.
Hell yeah.
2.
Oh, 2 for real?
Karma.
Dice heard you and just went,
You did
no.
all of the previous ones.
Yeah, that's
So-
true.
You
we're
got
okay
27 points total. No, 26 because you were on 1.
Yeah, I was definitely on one at one point.
You were on one for
I got a
time.
big old heal.
You're bloody on one, mate.
Yeah.
You do.
You're always on one.
So yeah, so you guys there was the vertical shaft that you came down. Ophelia, you can still walk up that fine. And, Gruff still has wild shapes, but for some of the group, that is not going to be possible.
Sure.
And you will have to wind your way through basically the way that Rowan, you were brought down here by Jason when you were brought down here, basically. Yes, question.
I know you're the best DM we've ever had, frankly, and maybe on the planet.
I disagree, but sure. Everyone's a very different. All DMs are very different.
Like all five of us are saying it though. So.
Yeah.
But mainly Trot right now.
So benevolent DM. You know Featherfall, right? Really cool spell.
Yep.
It seems to affect people's weight as they descend, right?
No, it
As
doesn't
if they
affect their
float.
weight. No, it doesn't affect
As
their
if
weight.
they're like really
Magically stops them falling that quickly. Why?
So if I featherfall someone and threw them upwards,
Nope.
You're thinking of levitate.
I think you'd throw them as
Yeah.
high as they go, but then they
that is a whole other spell, my friend.
They'd
what
land
if,
very safely.
okay,
but
we had gravity, you know the inverse gravity thing that Nova did, and
Yeah.
then I cast Featherfall
Right.
with them in that.
Yep.
That- yeah.
Featherfall upwards.
They would
Okay.
fall slowly upwards. Yeah.
Could everyone,
cool as shit.
Pretty
if
cool.
you have reverse gravity in your spell list, put your hand up now.
For podcast listeners, I
No
don't
one
need
is
to
putting
explain
that.
it.
Yeah, it is. No, Featherfall does not change their weight. It just magically slows their fall.
Sentry's favorite spell.
When we came
so many times.
when we came down here,
She's fallen
I
down.
think someone did put a rope down the shaft, not all the way.
There was a 50-foot rope and
Yeah.
a 300-foot mine
So
shaft.
the last 50 feet, if that factors into your calculations at all, guys? No? Cool.
No, I'm just striding.
I have a
can
scroll
walk
of
up.
fly on.
We could just give you all the ropes.
Yeah.
You walk up, tie it all the way back down
Would
again.
Ophelia want to do that though?
Sounds like work.
Does this work, man?
Tying a rope is not work.
Oh, it's hard. I get calluses on my hands, man.
Oh, I will also say
have
that
more rope.
climbing 300 foot of rope up is a very tiring,
that
arduous
sounds
thing.
like it's not gonna
It
go
is
very
literally
well.
the difference between a few minutes or about an hour's
Yeah.
walk, guys. Or like maybe even less
would
than
want
that.
to do
like
that.
30 minutes, 40 minutes of walking.
I think Gruff is glued to Rowan's side like this whole trip. Like he is just not making like you're not going anywhere alone. Like
Yeah,
you're now glued to Gruff.
Yeah, Rowan is very much taking that on board. He feels like he very much needs support right now. He looks a little dazed and confused and scared.
Did you leave the body of Jason down in the mine?
I don't think we made a decision.
We haven't
were gonna
actually,
take it with
as far
us.
as I'm concerned, we haven't actually left that room. I think we're still in that room.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we hadn't started the journey, but we
yeah.
were going to take it.
Yep.
Because initially we were examining the body, we saw the tattoo, we were trying to figure out. I think I was saying that I don't trust the people outside. Like her own brother is out there, and
Yeah.
likely him and the rest of the group are in on this as well. There's no way they're not. Is what Xanthias was saying.
And then Baranth and Penelope arrived.
That's correct.
And that was the point where we realised how shaken up Rowan was, and Gruff had a little peeky at his rocky chest.
Sure.
Which only
That was,
you
in
know.
fact, the very last thing, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. All right. We could suggest, well, Rowan's not really going to provide any input right now, but
Sure.
Chris Trott,
Yeah.
maybe Baranth can carry Jason.
Yeah. I guess I could identify this ring for now at least.
You can do if you'd like to spend a charge, yeah.
Yeah, I may as well. I've got 2 charges, so I'll use one of those, 1 charge remaining on the gold site,
Right.
to identify that rang.
This is not in D&D Beyond yet, so you're going to have to just rely on the card for now.
Okay.
But it is a simple brass ring with a silver emblem of a troubadour's mask, so like a harlequin kind of mask.
Oh yeah.
And it is called the Understudies Ring. Whilst wearing this ring, you may spend 1 fate point to cast the spell Alter Self on yourself. This spell lasts for 8 hours instead of 1.
Wow.
In addition, you have advantage on charisma, deception, and performance checks to pass yourself off as another person as long as you have observed that person for at least 1 hour.
Okay, so it's like a mix.
And it requires attunement as well.
Okay, so is that a fate instead of a spell slot? Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yep.
Nice. Understudy's ring, yeah, that's cool. I don't know why. When you said there was a card and it's not in D&D Beyond, I was immediately like, fuck yeah, bro, I love cards.
You just think you thought it was a Pokemon card, didn't you?
Yeah.
You thought he was going to pass you a Pokemon card.
What if you handed out booster packs instead of like loot boxes?
There is very famously, I believe that Mike from Penny Arcade famously did this in a PAX game once, where he had booster packs of loot that you could. And it was like a live show, and like they physically had to pay
That's
money
amazing.
to get them. And you opened it up, and it had like either a common, a rare, a legendary, or something like that.
amazing.
It's very good.
Oh my god. I got a full art bag of holding.
It's the same bag of holding. It's just got nice art. On it.
Yeah. EX.
Shiny bit, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Another non-Rowan suggestion.
This is all above table.
Wear that for an hour.
Yeah.
Look like Jason
We just come back.
and just walk out.
Where's the dragon one? Dead. Sorry. Oh well. Anyway, I'm joining this party now. Bye.
These guys are great.
I don't know if I've necessarily observed them for an hour at this point. If I watch the body, does that count?
No, the idea
This
of it
is how they act.
Well, think about it. Yeah, the name, the understudy's ring. The idea is that you observe somebody interact and like engage in activities,
Yeah,
allowing you to then
personality,
pass
yeah.
yourself off.
How long were we with them in the camp?
I would say about an hour. You could use that ring to impersonate Kuro or Jason or Captain Nathaniel.
Yeah. Well, attunement
Or
would
any of the
take-
random guards.
Kuro.
Attunement would take
An hour.
an hour anyway, right?
It takes basically just a short rest.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of Xanthius and his loadout, I don't mind. Anyone else can have this. So I'm not beholden to it just because I have it. Someone else can take it.
Doesn't
is
feel
what I'm
gruffy.
saying. No. You want it? Sure.
You're going to remember you have it?
No.
You have to wear it and attune to it, though.
Yeah,
you cannot
that-
put it in your bag and then forget about it forever.
It's good.
I will allow the walk back up to the
Embarrassing,
camp.
really.
To count as.
I will allow the walk back up because the mine is now safe. There is no threat in this mine, so you can count the walk back up to the camp as a short rest, which means you can all take short rests.
Oh,
as well.
cool. In terms of your jewelry and stuff, Ophelia,
Yes.
how brassy or silvery is it? It's quite silvery, but how brass?
I like silver. I
What
like
about brass?
brass. Well, it's a bit brackish, but it's jewelry's jewelry.
Brackish.
Yes.
Very cool. Sorry, this is still Tom
Is that a
talking.
good word?
There you go. You can have, in that case, take the understudy ring.
Thank you.
Sorry, I
I
tried
shall
to-
definitely remember
Tried
it.
to gambit that across the table.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
I will eventually have to put that on D&D Beyond so you can attune to it. Because remember, you can only have 3 items attuned at a time.
Yes.
I could make an actual ring.
You good?
And therefore it's on your hand.
And I'll never forget
And
it
you'll
because
never
I'll be
forget
wearing
it.
it.
It's going to be so fucking big.
It's got the rules printed on the ring.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I'm only attuned to veracity at the moment, so.
Yeah.
I have room.
What's weird, Tom? Do you want to
I-
share with the group?
I rolled my short rest dice in real life, but when I did the short
I did
rest
that
in
and
D&D
it
Beyond,
happened on
it
there.
then said like, oh, roll the digital dice instead, and I was like, oh, fuck it, whatever, I'll just re-roll them in D&D Beyond. The exact same result. The exact same numbers.
Spooky.
It's almost
What
like
are the
dice
chances?
only have exactly, or what are the chances?
2d6
a
though?
dice can roll the same number on it.
2d6, the odds.
My mind's blown!
36, right?
Jesus.
1 in 36, that's crazy. I should have.
Or D&D Beyond was listening.
I should have used
Did
my-
you say you needed 2d6?
Yeah,
I just rolled a whole bunch.
You just rolled
I
the-
could have used it.
Well, next time anyone rolls 2d6, let me know. I have 1 more cursed
Do you-
dice to go.
There's theories in the Discord
You
as
only
to
have
which
one.
one it is.
If they think it's a D100, they're wrong. I do have one of those.
No,
but
they
it's not that.
include it's a 2d6, and I think they found what it is.
Well, they're wrong. I haven't checked. I don't know. They might be right. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, you guys are making your way back up. Baranth won't take the body, by the way. Like,
Oh, that changes things. We're not leaving yet.
Yeah, like, I'm saying, like, as you, like, Baranth is just like, I do not wish to carry this tainted corpse. It represents an antithesis.
I'm too small and weak, sorry.
Oh, I can give it a try and carry it.
I mean, her action's an antithesis, sure, but she's still the one upstairs' sister. He would want to see her.
I care little for the desires of these miners.
Okay, well, I guess we could work together. Rowan, are you in a...
I can carry. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
She stabbed me. But it's okay. She's dead now.
No.
We'll help.
Leave Rowan.
Yes, we
Leave
will
Rowan
do what
out
we
of
can.
this.
I mean, we do still need to get it up that very, very tall shaft, but
No, we're walking the round.
we're walking the long way around. I remember we just talked about this. Sorry, I'm distracted. I was identifying a ring. Okay, but we still need to figure out how we broach the topic once we get out of here.
I don't mean to press us, but I've seen things, and we should get moving quickly.
There's still stuff out here?
Matters are moving quickly. I'm talking about Sir Ignis Eldrak, and Lady Verathera.
What have you seen? Is he down here?
I've had a vision.
A vision?
Yes, you know when I can connect with the... Anyway, we have to go.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, I
know where we have to go.
Okay,
Right,
great.
so you want to
But they are captured, and they are in peril
So we need to leave the camp as soon as possible.
as soon as we can get out.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we just sneak out? Is there a way we can just divert this nasty business entirely and just leave without a trace? They were here. What minute they
I
were
can
gone.
help us. Penelope kind of pipes up, kind of. I can help camouflage everybody. Help you blend into the environment. Makes it easier to sneak, but I can only do that once a day. I only have magical energy, only enough mana to do it once.
I also have
Oh, okay, great. It sounds
spells that help.
Yeah.
You two combined, that would be very helpful.
Yes, that's
So do we want to leave?
I just don't know how I feel about a mining company knowing that we've gone in there. We suddenly go missing. They find the body of their sister looking like this.
Daisy.
Rodri.
Rodri
We
is
have
up
to get
there.
Rodri and Percival.
Sorry.
They were away from the camp, like you left them a little bit down the way, but you will need to go through. I mean, to be honest, to get out, you'll need to go out past these guys anyway. So if you sneak past them, then you can easily just go down and get Rodri and, bugger off again.
What if I just throw a bunch of rocks on her and then it looks like some kind of freak cave accident? You know, just...
She does still have the face thing.
Oh, we just aim the rocks at her face?
They'd probably
And
be
hide the
able.
face.
They'd probably be able to tell what a genuine cave-in looks like and what a fake cave-in looks like.
True.
I think maybe we should just be honest with them.
Yeah, I'm just worried they're being dishonest with us. I don't.
I don't know. I didn't get a vibe of dishonesty from the other people, but I did from her.
What if we're honest and prepare to run as well?
I think that's the best option because
There's a lot
I
of
think
them
if
out
we
there.
can, but Rowan, you can warn them about things because they shouldn't be keeping doing what they're doing.
They didn't seem to care about, Jae-Soon didn't seem to care about the
But that was-
well-being.
That was before they knew. That was before the bug face.
No. Well, she was part of the thing, the reason the Bellamors came up. Was a worshipper of Belaine.
But they've hired the mercenaries here to kill the Bellamorphs, so I don't think they knew that she was part
Maybe.
of this.
I don't know, I'm all confused.
When you said the name Belaine, Rowan, you couldn't help but feel like a piece of stone in the wall slithered like a snake. Like, almost like the stone itself rippled a little bit, like there was a snake behind the stone. Like, you're not sure if that was just in your mind or if that was a real thing, but when you
I
said
feel
the
like
name...
the rock, or the earth itself, or like an element that's amongst the rock.
Make a
Nature?
nature check, yeah. But are you proficient in nature?
Hell, mother chuffing, yeah.
All right, well, use
Nature,
your... No, yeah, just make a normal nature check, actually. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, don't forget you have fate.
13.
13. To you, it feels like, and this is the same as when you unfortunately flash back to that awful memory of being cocooned in this lovely, warm, welcoming, earthy feeling of like being almost like protected by like a motherly kind of, or like a parental figure. And that horrid thing that you grabbed was outside of it, but moving sort of in the shadows of the rock and the stone.
Feels like that.
And it feels more like that. Like it is not part of the stone. It is tunneling. It's like something
Amongst it.
But again, you blink and like the stone's completely normal. Like you're not sure if you imagined it or if it's not there. But it was when you said Belane's name.
Rowan speaking about this stuff, he starts breathing heavier and looks a little bit more worried and panicked about just being in this. But he doesn't say anything.
Rowan, son, are you okay?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just us going now.
Okay, let's.
We're going.
We're going out.
Like
we can.
being here.
Okay,
We can figure it out as we go.
I'll take
I'm
this corpse.
I think we need to.
If there's a chance to stop them from doing stuff that's going to make things worse, I think we need to do that. It's in the best interest of everyone and the land. I trust what Rowan says. Rowan says there's trouble. I think we need to do what Rowan thinks is best, and that's to stop people from disturbing things.
I agree. But
Lantern.
Gruff is already like accompanying
Yeah.
Rowan out.
Yeah.
Like while this, like,
Yeah.
not that he's not listening, but he's already like
Yeah, but
accompanying Rowan.
this we could say that again.
Yeah.
This conversation is like once Ophelia picks up the body and everything else, you're kind of having these conversations as you're moving and stuff anyway. Like I said, it takes you about an hour to kind of wind your way back up to the top. And when you do, the sun is beginning to set outside. Like you kind of spent a good chunk of time in the camp talking to them, and then Rowan coming down here to do the ritual, the chase down to go and find him, and now coming back up. You know, a good few hours have passed here. That crimson golden hue is beginning to vanish as you sort of see. So it filters in the mine entrance, and as you're making your way up, you begin to see at the entrance to this mine, you can see bodies of belomorphs. And you can even see what look like maybe broken pieces of one of those earth stone creatures as well. And just ahead of you, as you're emerging out, kind of the fading sun. Let me just work out exactly which direction. East, southwest. You guys would be. So kind of just off to the western side of the valley that you're emerging from, the setting sun is pouring that golden, orange, reddish light down into this valley. So long shadows are being cast by the sides of the cliffs and the rocks. But you can see out there, you see Kuro and his mercenary company, led by Captain Nathaniel, are in the process of like bandaging wounds and like checking equipment, and you can see that the field is littered with bodies of belomorphs and a couple of these stone earth elementals as well. And in fact, you guys literally can see the battle map that I've got here. This is roughly what it looks like.
Okay.
So you guys are emerging out of the mine, and you can see they've got like these rudimentary barricades that they initially made to fight the Reclaimers coming in. They've now sort of gone to the other side and have now been fighting things coming out of the mine, basically.
Right.
And based on your own experiences, you guys know that, yeah, the Belomorphs and the Earth Elementals came out whilst you were making your way down. It looks like at the same time, a bunch of them rushed the company here and tried to attack them up here. And yeah, you see them like pacing. Captain Nathaniel's got like a nasty wound that has been bandaged up, and he's kind of like shouting orders and telling his men to like get things ready. Clear these bodies out of here. Make sure we burn them. We don't know what these things are. Like, let's make sure, Belomorphs, we don't know too much about them. Let's make sure that we don't leave anything to chance here. I want some patrols. I need some scouts. Let's make sure that those Reclaimers don't come back and take advantage of us. And it's like kind of doing that military thing of like getting orders in control. Kuro's like behind like one of these tents, kind of just like wiping his brow and sort of like breathing quite heavily. It looks like he's been part of the fighting as well. You can see that there's like a crossbow that he's like put on the ground, and he's got like a quiver of bolts and things like that next to him. And yeah, everyone's in that kind of state of disarray. What do you guys do? Because you're going to see them before they really notice you here.
So we are coming out of the caves now.
Let's map-wise you're out, but like if you want to hang back a little bit, you're more than welcome to.
Where's like the exit to this camp? So where we came in, it's
I think that's just it.
Off the thing.
Diametrically
These
opposite.
sides, like you could run off to the sides. They're very hilly, very rocky, covered in woods. Like there's cover, but it's going to be hard movement to go off to the sides, basically. You're basically going to be going up into hills and things like that. If you want to get to Rodri, though, he is basically directly ahead of you on the other side of the battle map.
It's gonna be difficult to hide.
I reckon, yes, we speak to them, we be honest. But maybe we be honest while we're sort of making moves towards the entrance and, have our backs towards the entrance maybe so we can make a quick exit.
I hate to use a corpse as a bargaining chip or anything, or a strategic thing, but we could leave it here, say that we recovered it, but
It's a distraction.
Leave it in the caves. They'll at least be behind us if they do decide to turn around and kill us. But yes, honesty.
Well, I think the honesty kind of needs the face of bug thing to be, kind of.
Yep.
Well, we can say, go look.
Go look, it's right there.
Yeah.
It's creepy as hell.
I don't know. I think we should just bring it to them, because it's a bit weird to be like, no, you come over here and look at it over here. That's going to be suspicious.
Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know. I still don't trust them.
Oh, Rowan, I know that you were. Are you still feeling a bit nervous and stuff from what happened down there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know. Just in case anything goes bad, Penelope's gonna reach up and sort of touch the side of your leg, and you feel this kind of field of, like, I guess for her it would be like green butterflies begin to kind of circle around you. She's going to cast the spell Sanctuary on you. So this means that anybody who wants to attack you will have to make a saving throw to be able to attack you, otherwise they just can't do it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Thank you. That feels really nice.
And that's good. I'm glad. I know that whatever happened, I don't know what happened down there, but it seemed to really shake you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
It's okay.
focus.
It's okay. It's going to be okay.
Thank you.
Patting upwards because she's like tiny. She's like 3 feet tall.
You put a little arm, a big arm on the little goblin.
It's like your hand, like, basically is like her whole head almost.
He's being gentle.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
patting her back.
Yeah.
Should I just take the body over? His tent. I think he's over there in that tent. Should I just take the body over to Kuro, and then the rest of you can start walking away? Should anything happen, at least then you're all out of safety.
No.
Safety in numbers.
Yes, we stay together.
We're not splitting apart for a while again.
We all go to the tent.
All right. Just so I'm aware, just because in case a fight does... Again, I don't know if it is, but in case a fight breaks out, I just want to make sure I know where everyone's positioned. So you are basically going to walk straight over to where Kuro is with the body, right?
The body is in, like, someone's hands right now. I think
So Ophelia's?
Yeah.
Are you going to be the first one, Ophelia, basically going to move, like, ahead of the group?
I'll walk ahead.
All right, so you're going to get to about, I would say, here, when they're going to notice you, basically. Because right now it's like they're, like, pointing and, like, giving
At this
orders
point,
and
there's
stuff.
no other really way of getting around it.
Where is everyone else going to be located, roughly? Like, so we've got Ophelia at the front making their way towards Kuro and the first barricade.
Gruff will be next to Rowan, so whatever Rowan does, like, just, solidly next to Rowan. I feel like we'd all kind
figure
of
you guys out in a
clump
minute.
together, maybe.
Sure.
I'll be
almost like a
with
little procession.
with Ophelia, but not in such a way that I almost want the body to be seen for exactly what it is, so I don't want to cover it from the guards. So, I'm
So
not
you're, like, just to the side, basically.
Yeah.
Daisy, where do you think Daisy would be?
Sure, I can go in the middle somewhere.
Sort of down here? And then what, Rowan and Gruff sort of behind a little bit?
Yeah, with Penelope and Baranth, whatever they're
Yeah,
doing.
Baranth is, Baranth sticks to basically close to Penelope. Penelope will, I'll kick this Bellamorph body out of the way. She'll be behind Rowan.
It's almost a big line of us with Ophelia at the front carrying this body.
Yep. As
rough.
you are carrying it out, sort of like, it's been heavy. You've been carrying this for a while, Ophelia. You are feeling pretty tired, like, by this point. But you are just, holding it out in front of you. And it's one of the soldiers, before Kuro or Captain Nathaniel notices, one of the soldiers, like, Captain, and, like, points in your direction, which draws the attention. And Captain Nathaniel and Kuro both look over, and there's this kind of moment of silence where nobody really knows until Kuro's just like, Jason, what have you done? Like, what happened? And, like, calls out immediately, and will step forward. You see, those of you who have got a passive perception of, I would say, in fact, I'll make it a roll. So it's only 11, so anybody with a passive perception of 11 or higher. So I think it's just Xanthias. Yeah.
12? No, I mean just me that doesn't.
It doesn't, yeah. All of you would notice, like, Captain Nathaniel's trying to be subtle with it, but he basically gives a sign for his men to be ready. He's like, mouths, he's like, ready. Like, because he doesn't know what's happening. And you just see all of the soldiers kind of tighten their arms on these, like, musket rifles that they have, and they are not leaving their formations. They're not, like, relaxed. They're, like, ready in case something kicks off. Not, like, readied actions, but they're just, like, they're not relaxing.
Alert.
Yeah. I think if I guess I don't see that. Ignore me.
You don't see
I'm the
that.
only one who doesn't,
But you do see Kuro is like, what the hell? What, my sister, what happened? And is like looking towards you all. You don't think he's really seen the face yet. He's just seeing you carry the body of his sister, basically.
Yeah, it's the right outfit, the right body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a complicated situation. Can can I bring her into your tent and we can discuss?
Complicated. What do you mean? No, just put her down. Like, what happened?
Yes, well, can I bring her into your tent just to put her down, just so we can discuss?
He like blinks a little. Give me a persuasion check, Ophelia.
Pull a 10.
He's just like, no, you need to tell me what happened right now. My sister's dead. I'm not. What do you mean? Put her into the tent? Why? What happened? Heal her. We got bandages. Like, is she hurt?
I'm sorry. She's gone. She's dead, Kuro.
He will step a little bit closer. You see some of the soldiers kind of like begin to mutter amongst themselves and stuff like that.
I know how this looks, but
Can I step around beside Ophelia as well? Just try and
I have to kick a little table out of the way.
like wherever her head is, and just maybe like turn
Tilted,
it
yeah, because
towards
it's kind of like
him.
tilted and her hair is kind of like covering it.
I'll uncover and just turn it towards him.
Sure.
And
make
say-
influenced by Belaine.
I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw to see how well he sort of reacts to this. A 4.
That can
Now he
Good.
rolls low.
He just, his eyes just go wide and he's stunned. Like he's speechless for a second. He's just looking at this disfigured, like ant-like or insectoid-like face with a distended, like jaw, rows of like sharp worm-like teeth, like horrid sandworm needle teeth, and just and he just sits down, like his like legs go out from under him and he just falls to the ground and is like staring at it dumbfounded. Is anybody else doing anything?
Can I sit down next to him?
Sure. You sit down next to him. Anything from anyone else, just quickly?
Rowan will step forward.
Okay.
In which case, I'll step forward with him.
Penelope and Baranth will do the same.
Kuro, I understand what you're seeing is strange and terrifying at the same time. I can explain what happened.
You would hear a voice not from Kuro, but from the mercenaries' direction, and Captain says, I think that would be a good idea, my friend, and I think you should speak clearly. Sir, and he like calls out to Kuro, Sir, listen. And you see Kuro kind of like snaps out of it a little bit. Yeah.
I'll put my hand on his arm and just like try and comfort him. Like I want to try and like show him that we're not malicious in any way. We are trying to deliver bad news to him.
That is a perfect help action for what I'm probably going to ask is going to be a persuasion check from Rowan. So that's a great help action. But yeah, he's too stunned to like recoil from you, so he just lets you do that. But it's a great gesture, like you said, of being non-threatening.
I think while Rowan is talking and he makes this roll,
Yeah.
I almost want, while everyone is kind of focusing on Rowan and Kuro and everyone else, I almost want to step back and kind of nudge around the back of the group, just sort of idly kind of saunter
here?
there and reposition myself. Yeah, so that I'm just in a, not ungrouping ourselves a little bit, but just so if
be
something
like-
does happen.
One more.
I think just around next to Baranth, but just to the back of the line again.
You can see that like everybody, like the soldiers nearest Kuro, like you hear a couple of them like they've been looking and they've now finally seen Jason's face and they're like, by Satan's scions, what is that? Like you kind of hear them like say that under their breath, and there's like a muttering and like make perception checks for me, you guys.
7.
Dirty 20.
15, dirty 20. 15 is going to be a success.
5.
5.
9.
Only Daisy and Gruff, you would pick up on this. Gruff, the little lion, is kind of picking it up. Maybe Daisy, because you're a bit closer. One of these mercenaries is like, did they do that to her? Like, there's like that thought of like, what have they done to her? Like, there's that suspicion, thinking that maybe you guys have done something. But Rowan, please go ahead, say what you want to say, and then I'll ask you for a persuasion check.
Your sister was very interested in my story of an artifact that was found in Burnell that could carve into the land.
He's like kind of nodding along, just can't take his eyes off that horrid face.
I was taken with her down to the caves on my own, And at the time, I thought, this is fine. I need to connect with the land like I do to figure out what's going on with these explosions and whether the land likes it or not. But I was lulled into a false sense of security by your sister, and she had a secret that was unearthed down there.
Oh, no, that's not possible. Give me the persuasion roll.
Fate.
With you can use fate, and you do have advantage. Daisy's giving you advantage on this.
Do I have the water?
Yeah, so he's drank the water.
You
so
drank the golden water.
so +1.
So you get +1, an extra +1.
18, 19. 29.
Holy shit! Is that with the +1?
30.
He begins to react like, no, that's not possible. And then his eyes lock in on the face.
We were worried that maybe more of you were compromised by this cult.
A cult?
Yes,
Cult of what? What?
Of-
No,
Belaine.
no,
That's
dwarves. We hate Belaine. She eats our ancestors, the ones that we don't protect. Oh God, it's saints and scions. He's looking at it.
There is a tattoo that confirms this as well. It's not been a sudden thing.
He looks, and he's like, show me the tattoo. Where is it? Show it to me. I need to see it.
Yeah, Ophelia will. Yeah.
Pull down and show
Yeah,
off
show
on the
off.
sort of side of her back kind of
Yeah.
thing. And he blinks. He just shakes his head. I can't believe it. I mean, I know that she's a tiefling. She doesn't have metal skin. She doesn't have earth skin like the rest of us. But why Belaine of all the things? And you can see, I mean, you guys can make insight checks, but if he's an actor, this is a damn good performance.
Rowan's just kind of taken in by it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
sure. I mean, for the rest, all of you guys, this seems thoroughly legit.
Yeah.
He is
Well, they were
so
fighting
taken back.
Bellamorphs.
Yeah.
So-
And the Bellamorphs attacked up here as well.
I'm so sorry, Kuro.
I just don't understand it. I mean, and then he sort of thinks, and you can see a little touch of realization. Out of all of the other earthworks, out of all the other mining companies I know, I used to joke that we were so lucky. We never had trouble with Bellamorphs before. We never, we dig and we mine, and normally everybody has to deal with them. If you go down in the earth, every dwarf knows that Belaine, she hungers for the riches. And I just thought we got lucky. But maybe it wasn't luck. And he looks at the body. Maybe she did something. Maybe she did something to make sure that we never had the trouble with her.
Until they found what they wanted.
Whatever you had, it must have been something. She must have been worth giving up everything.
She thought she had me pinned.
And he rubs his chest.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that she tried to do that to you.
That's not about me right now. It's about you. It's okay. We're safe.
As a point, this was not going to be a one check and done, but a 30 is quite an exception. This was going to be you're going to need to make a couple of checks to convince this guy, but with a 30 persuasion, I mean, I can't argue with that.
You are so persuaded.
He's just and I think this is he looks in Rowan's eyes and he can see the hurt and the pain that you're
Still
going
looking
through.
terrified at this point.
And there is just he believes you. He is just I don't want to believe it, but he can't see any insincerity in you. And he just looks at what has happened. He physically looks at this hideous transformation and the tattoo and is just completely stunned. And he just kind of goes quiet after you finish talking to him. He just kind of sits there for a minute and just sort of puts his face in his hands and sort of holds himself together. You see at this point, Captain Nathaniel's been watching this scenario and he'll just do that, and all of his men sort of relax a little bit. The men and women under his command will relax a little bit. And you'll see he'll say, Davis, Jones, why don't you take Mr. Kuro, Mr. Kincaid back into the tent and get him something to drink? I think that's probably a good idea right now. And two of the soldiers will be oh, yes, Captain. They'll move up and be come on, Mr. Kincaid, come on, let's get you a drink, let's get you something to eat. And he's just like, yeah, something in a drink sounds good. And he kind of like stumbles up. He's in shock. Like he is fully in like, he does not know what's going on right now. And so he's very like just easily led away. And you can hear them like, oh, you like the whiskey, don't you, Mr. Kincaid? Like they're kind of like trying to talk to him and engage him. Like these are soldiers, they know what to do with like battle shock and stuff. And so they've taken him into the tent. Captain Nathaniel will walk over. I'm sorry for that unpleasantness. I wasn't sure where things would stand if I had to deal with murderers of my employer, but what the hell? I overheard a little bit of what happened down there, but she tried to kill you?
Rowan is like looking off in the distance to the ash hills at this point.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just making sure. So she, I don't know what to say. We were fighting those things up here. As soon as the rest of you all ran off, you were gone perhaps a few moments, a minute or two, and then those things came surging out and then attacked us.
I would imagine she sent them.
We had to fight a lot of the Bellamorphs down in the mines as well.
What about the stone creatures? Did she create those as well?
No.
That was the Earth fighting back.
I see. Well, we will do our best to look after Mr. Kincaid, and he'll need some time, I suspect, but is there anything before, I don't know what your plans are, is there anything I can do to help, or anything that you need?
You can help. The land. Cease the explosions.
Do you think that that might be connected to all of this?
Yes.
All right, well, it's not my business to tell Mr. Kincaid what to do. I am just a mercenary, but I will inform him, and I think that he'll be likely to listen. It's all right. Sorry. Ophelia's just sneezing in the background. I like the idea that canonically Ophelia was just like...
Mine dust.
Yeah. And he'll just sort of like cock an eyebrow and smile over in your direction. No, oh well, it seems best that, yes, I will speak to Mr. Kincaid. Do you need supplies or anything, or... what does this have to do with those figures in black, the reclaimers you call them? Is this connected to them in some way?
I don't think they're connected. This is more the Earth fighting back against the explosions, and Belaine, well, we encountered cultists who stole this artifact that could blast through the rock, and Bellamorphs were there as well. So wherever Belaine is, these Bellamorphs are, or followers of Belaine.
So, just an unfortunate circumstance that you happened into this camp and Jaesoon learned of this encounter that you had. If she didn't know, I imagine you would have just passed on your way. Terrible, frightful business.
But it's better that you know now before she has a chance to do anything worse.
Yes, well, if I may be honest with you, there have been a few incidences. They were chalked up as accidents in our previous mining operations. You know, somebody would go missing. It happens, unfortunately, as I understand it, in the mining works. People get lost down shafts, or people stumble into places they shouldn't. People went missing, and it was always chalked down to an accident. But now, with this information, perhaps it was more than that. Perhaps Miss Kincaid was up to something.
Oh, I'm sorry your men were at the brunt of this.
Well, we've been mainly just acting as guards. We've worked with the Shirokar Earthworks for some time, but we mainly just protect them from bandits, wolves, that sort of thing. This is the first time we've encountered anything like this. It was mainly the miners and folks who were under their direct employ that went missing. Dwarves, specifically. Those with valuable earth skins, golds and silvers and the like. I hate to imagine it, but perhaps she was offering them as sacrifices.
Quite possible.
Yes.
There was something I was going to say, and it's just exited my brain. It's out there. Where is it? I don't know.
There
Carry
it is.
on.
That's really good, actually.
Oh.
What are you going to say?
Do you need rest? I have a few medics amongst my team. We have a few bandages and healing salves that I could offer you to patch you up. Or if you need to rest the night, obviously I think it's better and safety in numbers and all of that, but...
Rowan, do you think we need to leave now, or... Do you think we need to leave now, Rowan? Or should we...
We need to go now.
Okay. I might just need a change of clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you. Oh, yes. My apologies.
Yes, no, Bellamorth really...
He will look and say, like, I have some personal clothing I could.
Yes. Yeah.
Bellamor's really got me good then.
They got me. Yeah, they hit me bad.
Give me a moment, please.
What does
you.
he look like at the moment?
It's like I imagine it's just
loincloth,
like
isn't
It is like
melted segments.
it's like teared apart. Like he's definitely like most of his torso is out.
Is his torso out?
I would say that Xanthius would be smart enough to like, because you have your bandages underneath it, don't you? I'd say the bandages are covering it, and whatever scraps are left, like Xanthius has got like his arm over.
That particular area as well of his outfit has quite a lot of layers to it as well. So
it's like tattered, but like I would say, Xanthius, like for the sake of argument.
Gets these off, just layers and layers.
that bit was from a scratch from a Bellamorph. That was from when one of them spat at me and melted it. This bit was I just bent over too quickly.
I probably would say though that your glove that normally hides your corrupted hand, most of that's been melted away, so you're also trying to like hide that. So you're in like a pretty bad way right now.
It looks like I'm just holding a wound or something, but everyone, I guess anyone else would know.
A crueler DM would probably make you make deception checks and things like that, but I'm not that guy.
Rowan will take off his big scarf and cover you.
Oh, thank you, Rowan. This is huge, actually. Wow.
It's a big
Wraps
Wear this all the
around
time?
you.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. That's so warm.
I know, I liked it when I wore it as well.
Yeah?
It was very helpful.
Captain Nathaniel will disappear into his command tent, and he returns shortly. He has like basically a spare set of clothes, but they are. He is from the Suncrest Isles, so they would be Suncrest Isle in sort of design.
Okay.
So a bit more sort of like. Suncrest Isles are very tropical and warm, and so it's like the shirt is a lot more breezy. It's a bit more. It's not a Hawaiian shirt,
That would be so much.
but it would be like linen, like cool linen trousers and like a sash, and then like a kind of like a tunic like with loose baggy kind of like airy sleeves.
Okay, but luckily in Xanthia's colours.
It'd be brassy. It'd be bronzy colours.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah,
That
it'd
still
be like
works.
bronzy
That
colours,
still
like
works.
bronzy kind of metallic. It does have patterning on like the tunic and the sash.
Okay.
Light linen trousers. Your boots, I would say, the leather boots are also pretty worn, and so he gives you like a pair of like army boots. Basically.
But these are like common clothes, like nothing.
Nothing fancy.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get changed real quick, but then we can go. Anyone need any?
There was a lot of theories about, because you joked about taking Jae-Soon's outfit.
Yes.
And I did have to remind people that it is a tight black bodysuit, leather bodysuit, with a black jacket and like thigh-high leather boots.
Be awkward if we came out.
I mean, but also she was a tiefling dwarf, so she was like a lot shorter and like stockier as well. So like, it could like just the idea, it would have been very Rocky Horror if Sam.
It's such a CRPG thing of like going back to the village wearing the bad guy's clothes. Like, sorry, we had to.
Like Baldur's Gate, when you're,
It's got +1.
I can explain.
don't worry about it.
But no, you briefly, it doesn't take you long. You literally nip in the command tent. Captain Nathaniel like lets you get changed in there. Get changed. There probably would be a standard like a traveler's cloak as well as part of that, just for like cold weather and rain.
Okay.
But it's like a simple, basic, probably slate grey like hooded cloak.
But I come out. It's like a montage scene. Flip open the curtain, strut forward. Bam, bam. Whoa.
Meanwhile, everyone's like too busy doing, like, grieving over the body or like, helping Rowan, and you're just like posing in the background, and it's like,
Ophelia's the only one outside going, yes.
Oh no, Penelope would also be like, looks really good.
Everyone's standing in black, looking miserable. I'm out there, like, taking selfies of myself.
there's a
Holding
funeral
up
in
the dead
corner.
body. Oh!
Got him.
Xanthius, you get some clothing, kindly provided by the Mermaid's Folly. It probably would, not to go into the point, but the cloak probably would have the Mermaid's Folly badge icon as well. So this is their mercenary company specifically, is the Mermaid's Folly.
Sweet.
MFers.
Didn't think about that. But yeah, you guys, they are quite happy. Like, Kuro seems happy to just like, they're like, our employer needs our help. We're going to focus on that. He doesn't want us to attack you guys. We're just paid to do our job, so we're not going to do that. And so they're happy to just let you go.
Who was it who used the rope to initially you? Can we just like grab 50 foot of rope, like just like, because he said any supplies?
There's
Can we
loads
just
of
like
supplies.
Plenty of rope in my
you never know
coat.
when you need it. You never know when you need it.
Yeah.
If Gruff would
And
like to
an
go
orb
and
gong
you
in.
can pick up some rope and add it to your inventory.
I don't have any.
There you go.
I do now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh wait, no, I did.
It's
I
a
already had
mining, like they have.
Present.
I already
Over there,
had
just
some.
grab like 6 days of rations.
Now I've got
as well.
2
You got 100
ropes.
feet now. Rowan's gonna walk off to
Sure.
Rodri
Yep.
and just start preparing Rodri.
Yeah, you guys make it your way back down.
Ruff.
Are we like? Is anyone else with us, or is it just because
Yeah,
I will
I mean-
follow?
I'm getting changed.
I'm assuming that. Yeah.
I'll probably go over to the wagon.
Ruff.
What's up?
Can I speak to Rodri, please?
Right, okay, give me a moment. Embarrassingly, I don't have this because I'm on the old D&D Beyond, but new D&D Beyond, speak with Druid. Druids can just have it.
How'd you do it before?
Have we changed over?
I had the.
Have we changed over characters yet?
Penelope.
She's used her use. You've used her use of it today.
But you're the best, yeah.
I can hold his mouth, look, and I can
What if I
pretend.
take a fate?
Hi, Rowan. It's me,
I like this better.
Rodri. Oh,
I don't think Audrey's enjoying that.
it's lovely to see you.
Rodri's not enjoying that.
Let's go.
Why don't we?
Sorry,
Why don't we
Rodri.
speak to him tomorrow?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll
Speak
speak.
to him
Rodri.
tomorrow.
I
Speak to
can
him
make
tomorrow.
it happen tomorrow.
That's okay.
Can I
There you go,
take
buddy.
Gruff aside?
Sure. Do what you want.
What does this look like? You just grab him up.
Oh well, I imagine it's probably when
That is happening.
that is happening. that they're very distracted.
Just tug on his.
Gruff. Yeah, probably just tug on his.
What's up, little one?
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want anyone else to know when we were in the cave, but did see a big old chunk of crown steel.
Right.
He didn't notice it, but I just didn't. I don't know. I feel like I should tell you when I see things like this.
Is it still down there?
Yeah, but I didn't want to touch it because
Sensible, sensible girl.
Nim. Yeah, I said I shouldn't touch it, so I didn't touch it. But it
Sensible Nim. I just say that. He doesn't know
Also-
how it works, so he just shouts for Nim
also,
at you.
Gruff, don't drink the golden water. Pour it out.
What? What's wrong with it?
Crown steel, Gruff.
What?
Crown steel in
How
the
do you
water.
know that?
I know. Nim knows. Bad vibes.
But I feel all right.
I know, but that's only because it's a little teeny weeny bit. But look at his reaction to it. He thought it was the best thing ever.
You have got a point there.
See?
If you're pointing towards me, I'm
He's not
like
there.
I'm like in the back of the wagon trying to find some kind of reflective surface so that I can dress myself better in this dumb new outfit. It doesn't sit right. Just a little bit too tight.
Well, you would have to cut a hole in the pants for your tail.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
trying to
Kinda
do that
like
now.
a little bit too small the first time, and then
Xanthus, what are you doing? What?
Help me out. This is ridiculous. It doesn't have a tail hole in the
Tail
rope.
hole.
Doesn't quite sit right, and it's just all. It doesn't feel right on me.
Just
It's like in Jumanji. It's like,
Let me just adjust
You're
it.
using veracity.
See, it's a bit low at the front. If we just pull it back a little
My
bit, there,
shoulders.
like that.
I just don't
Yes.
think it's the right size.
It's all right. If I just pin it back here, if I take this little.
Captain Nathaniel certainly had a bit more of an athletic build versus Xanthias.
Just
Broader shouldered
Bit here,
than.
look. Just look at here.
feel it down my legs. It's just a seam. It doesn't feel right. I need to get this fitted or something when we get back to Ashen's Rest.
Oh, we can get some new ones tailored.
We could
a
get
whole
some new ones. I can't
outfit.
wait. Of course we're going to do that.
Is it me? Or do you think Xanthias is getting a bit more cocky?
oh no, it's definitely happening. Yes,
Right. Do you think that's part of this
potentially.
Right.
But yeah, it's down there. Obviously didn't want to touch it, didn't want him to know about it. But golden water, I think we should just accidentally tip them all out.
You know what, Ophelia? This is starting to feel better. We should celebrate over a glass of liquid yellow.
Look, do you have any on you?
Well, you picked up a few, didn't we?
I didn't feel my mask up.
If I'm correct,
You filled your
Xanthias,
water
Rowan, and Gruff filled your
Yeah,
water skins and any other containers you could. I have it here that you
filled
have
up as much
5
as-
days of golden water.
You're there saying,
Don't
do not
call it
drink
piss
anymore. Me and Ophelia are like hooked arms around.
Do you guys drink more?
hey, Rodri, do you want some water? No!
if I see Rowan going to feed water to Rodri,
Well, I was going to say, while you guys are doing that, and after Ophelia's run off to help Xanthias, I like the idea of, like, Penelope is, like, showing Rowan a spell where she, like, casts a spell and, like, makes the rocks roll towards her and, like, stack up. It's just she's using the elementalism spell and, like, druidcraft and, like, making things bloom, and it's just, like...
By the stars. That's incredible.
She's just like playing. She's basically playing games with you. Like, she makes like a stack of 5 rocks become like a little rock person, do a little dance.
No way. That's amazing.
Can I try something? Well, I look at Daisy and we're talking about this, and everyone else is
Yes.
gallivanting.
Yes.
I can cast Destroy Water.
Yes.
So I can destroy up to 10 gallons of water within
Yes.
range.
Yes.
Can I?
Take a sip.
Here we go, Ophelia.
Just turn into acid. That's the second half of the spell.
But what would remain?
There is a specific line of clarification from the spell. You can create or destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. So you can target your water skin with it, but you would not be able to affect all of the water skins within range. But you could easily destroy your water.
I'll destroy my water, and then can I spend another spell slot to create fresh water for me?
I'm going to remind you, you can also just pour it out. Like, magic to go, be gone, water! Ha-ha!
Cinematic, though.
You do like the full incantation
Yeah.
just to tug your hand.
And then meanwhile, Daisy's just like...
Correct.
I love the thing.
Go over to
You could then create fresh water in your water skin after.
I just go over to Xanthias, who's holding his water container, and just go. Stop it while looking at Gruff.
I'm assuming you do not, well, because otherwise I'm going to have to do a thing. But you can absolutely, if you want to, like, tip it all out and then just create fresh water, Gruff, you can do that.
Yes, I will just tip it out, but then I will create fresh
You
water.
show that water, Gruff.
I'll
You
show that
it.
water what's what.
So as I understand it, right now, because also Rowan drank the water skin. I think your water skin also has it in it. So Rowan's water skin,
Everyone except
Xanthias,
mine.
everyone except Gruff's now.
And Gruff's.
Ophelia doesn't have any in.
You have, but you had vials that you filled up.
She
Didn't you?
wouldn't give
you had
up
blood.
Yeah.
I have blood, yeah.
I think you filled up vials.
Oh, yeah, maybe I did. Do I have
Yes.
blood? Okay.
You were gonna sell it.
Oh, yeah.
I just have it noted that there is 4 days of golden water.
Okay.
I just had a big fight. I'm going back and I'm having a sip.
You drink some?
I'll have a sip.
Sure.
Do we witness this boy?
I need water. It's normal to drink water.
Are we witnessing this boy drinking this water?
I'm not like a glug glug glug, everybody.
Just takes a sip from his water skin.
Yeah.
Can I?
I would say
Pour it
you
over
are
my
currently
face.
in the process of filling your water skin back with magic, so no, you don't notice.
Can I
about
go
that?
over to
Yeah.
Rowan and ask him if I can see his water skin, please?
You can do whatever you like. As a point, your buff refreshes,
Thank you.
Xanthias. So you get that +1 to ability checks and saving
Anything else
throws.
happen to it?
And then you get the +1 thing. Has a lovely drink of water. Tastes so good.
Yeah, so good that I, in a moment of clarity, really regret calling it liquid yellow.
Yeah. I mean, at the time when you called it that, I was like, that's not a good name.
It came out.
Gold slug.
I mean, it's liquid gold.
It's liquid. Like, well, I don't know why I didn't say
know why
that.
you didn't call
Or
it liquid
glittery
gold.
gold or anything.
Yeah.
Why liquid yellow? Why not just say piss? If I just said piss, then it would be obvious I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
If it's liquid yellow, it's like I'm trying to canonically call it liquid yellow.
Let's just call it gold water, shall we?
Yeah.
Tainted water.
Cursed. Blasphemous.
Bad water.
I call it
Blasphemous.
Dr. Pepper.
Blasphemous water.
I'm going to go over to Rowan. Rowan,
I call it Red Bull.
Can I
Hashtag
see your
ad.
water skin, please?
Rowan is like focused so hard on the little like rock man. He's like, yeah, whatever. Oh, look at this.
I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to pour it out.
Okay.
Are you looking at Gruff's eyes when he does that? Like, okay, just-
I'm looking at Gruff going, thumbs up, like, approval from Dad.
I will. Wow.
Gruff.
Did you actually say that?
No, she wouldn't have said that.
Gruff will come over and do the old create water as well.
And then
Another spell slot, please. Yep. Water skin refilled with fresh, clean water.
that's one thing I would do
Ice
before
cold.
we leave the camp. Can I ask them if they can give us some water?
They can. That's the what they will say. Captain Altheya will say, we can spare a water skin or two, but we need to. Our supplies aren't unlimited, unfortunately. But I can spare a water skin or two.
That's okay. Yeah, that would be great. Because mine was empty because I emptied out the gold water.
Cursed water.
Yeah, blasphemous water.
So they'll fill yours, and then
yeah, that's fine.
they can give you another one. But
Okay. So then I will go to Xanthias. Xanthias.
Oh, hi. What do you think of these clothes? I've been trying them on in different ways, but the sash doesn't quite work, and Ophelia ripped the tail hole open for me, and that was great, but does it look good? I can't tell. I'm feeling weirdly self-conscious all of a sudden.
It looks like there's not much that you have a choice about because your other clothes
Yeah, I know.
disintegrated.
It was a damn Bellamorse. They melted it all. It's ridiculous. They
How
only target
about-
me. All your clothes are fine.
How about, though, when we go to the next town
Yes.
that we stop by, we'll get you some new ones.
Yeah. Oh, actually, they might have something good that's similar to what I have. It's mostly cauldron, after all. You'll know.
Can I just see your water skin, please?
Oh, sure. Why?
I
Why, no! Oh! Why would you do it? We were going to sell this in Ashen's Rest. It was going to be so... Why? We're going to have to... Ophelia, you seeing this?
That's not our money!
That's money you're pouring into the dirt.
Sister Ophelia, that water is full of crown steel.
Crown seal water.
Oh.
No, come on.
Look how much he liked it.
It's
makes
delicious. You
sense.
thought it was delicious too, Ophelia,
No, it's
right?
delicious.
It wasn't that good. It was
Oh, yeah, but it was an acquired taste, maybe, sure.
spicy.
I like spice. And now I don't have that. Now I just have water. Not
You
even
actually just
flavoured
have an
water.
empty.
Well, yeah, great. Now what are we going to do for rations? That was very useful, Daisy.
Sorry, I'm not trying to get you to poison yourself.
I
to
don't think
death.
it's poisoned. I don't think it's poison. Everything around here is drinking that water and eating this stuff.
Yeah, and they're corrupted.
Over hundreds of years. Won't have any effect on me.
canonically,
how sure is
Xanthias doesn't laugh.
How sure is he
Just
when
Tom
he says
can't
that?
help himself.
Well, okay, fine, great. Okay, well, I'll just have water, but it was delicious, and you all agreed. At least if you tried
I
it.
wouldn't say it was delicious. It was wet.
Well,
That tends to be what water is, yeah.
I mean, you could have at least
It's not wet,
asked
it's
is
water.
all.
It was pretty.
Well, would
What are
you
you
have
going to do for
let
a
me?
replacement?
Would you have let me pour that out if I had asked?
Oh, no, because now I have no water.
Gruff could give you. I actually have an extra water skin from the camp, so you can have this one. I'll give him the extra one. That. So now you can't complain because you've got water and it's not cursed. You're welcome.
I'll take a sip of that.
It does not taste anywhere near as good.
Yum,
It's-
yum.
It's incredibly bland.
I don't appreciate your sarcasm. That's good water.
I don't appreciate you pouring my good drink down.
You
the
know
drain.
she's only looking out for your best interest, Xanthias.
Oh, Dad's mad.
I had a nice drink. Now it's gone.
Daisy,
Hey, Rowan, check this out.
can I borrow you, Daisy, for a second?
Hello, yes.
You got to look at this stone creature one sec.
Oh.
There's like a little tiny. It's like a little tiny rock with 4 little rock arm and legs, and he's just doing a little dance. And then Penelope gets a dandelion and makes it get a little arm and leg, and they start dancing together. The little dandelion and rock.
Oh my god.
I know, that's great. I lied. That's not why I brought you here. Can you speak in our minds except for Xanthias real quick?
Everybody's?
Yeah, except for Xanthias real quick.
Okay.
Oh, group call, you're an invited boo. There's a secret Discord channel.
Okay.
You're not in it.
Yeah, I'll
Story
do the
of my
thing.
Is it working? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Rowan.
Hi, team. Rowan's
Try not to-
Rowan requested a group call, but Xanthias isn't here, so just act normal.
Hey everybody, it's me, Rowan. I'm speaking in your minds right now. Okay, we really need to get going. And I'm a little worried about where we're going to end up because, the whole crown steel thing, it's going to get worse.
Oh, I saw some in the cave just down there. I told Gruff, and I didn't tell
much?
Xanthias. It was a pretty sizable chunk.
Like,
It's like can I just?
You can imagine in your head. You can picture like a mental
I'll picture
image.
the amount.
Oh, that's a lot.
It was like a grapefruit
chunk.
size.
That's a big chunk.
You can share
can I
like
picture
images.
in my head?
Yeah, all of you. Was that?
Sorry, I know I can't, but you actually share the images through this group chat as well?
If you, it's telepathy. So if you
I can imagine.
Gifts.
if somebody now, here's the interesting thing. I guess we decide now. Do your characters have aphantasia? Because then you can't. No. Because it is literally like if Daisy can pick. And also Daisy's an
Daisy's an
artist.
artist.
So
She
she
would be
pictures it in her head. She can transmit that image. In the same way that like if you think about a memory and you imagine things that were said to you, it would translate in the same way.
When you do telepathy between people of different languages, they understand each other, right?
Only if you speak, because you mentally speak in the words.
Okay.
But you could, if you wanted to be like, oh, we can't understand each other, I will imagine an apple. And they'll be like, that's an apple. That's how I like to rule it.
the same
Anyway,
way.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's canon,
yeah.
but like, yeah, that's how
that
I
makes
imagine
sense.
it.
You see it, yeah.
But you have to still
You want to
speak the
start a
same
group
language.
chat with Rodri, don't you?
You have to. It has to be a creature that is capable of thought. Has to be capable of thought, and it has to be
He is
understanding
not
language.
capable of.
Oh, me, Rowan, and
As in, like,
Rodri would be in
speech,
a
sorry,
group
capable
chat
of speech.
all day.
In return,
But that's how I do it. Yeah, so in return, all of you except Xanthius now, and again, like Xanthius is a storyteller, so I imagine for you it's kind of in a similar way that you kind of can project these like
Rowan.
images.
Rowan, not
sorry.
Xanthius. Xanthius
Rowan.
is the cocky one.
Thank you. You see this large underground lake in a huge cavern. You see like a fortress town built around on an island in the middle of this lake. And in the center of that is a pile of crown steel. Some of it broken pieces, like of what looks like armor or weapons. Some of it appears to be raw. Some of it is almost like it's been pulled out of a creature. And it's all just gathered in a pile sat in the water of this giant lake, basically.
can I do a con save real quick?
Sure.
Thanks.
Okay.
15.
I don't know what you're doing, so I can't set a DC.
Me running back through
Yeah.
these memories is also when I was captured in this point and had other memories. And I wonder if I would involuntarily flash something like that through if I failed a con save.
With a 15, I think you'd be all right. Like, you only share what you're intending to share.
That's why I wanted to leave it to the dice roll.
Sure.
So yeah, you see,
In the future, when you want to do that, let me know, and I will roll a d20 and not tell you, and then I'll know, because I don't want you to know, like, what you rolled, so then I can be like, cool. Like, you don't, yeah.
all right, we'll do that.
This seems very, 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 very bad. That's a lot.
We need to get moving.
Okay, do we need to let Obsidius know that there's this much crown steel here?
I focus on the image of Sir Eldrak Ignis and Lady Verith.
So yeah, what you would see there is the Lady Verithia is a little bit more distant. Like she's not. You can tell that it's some sort of draconic humanoid figure, but she's like shrouded in shadow. You don't get a good look at her specifically, but she seems to be a prisoner. But you see Sir Eldrak Ignis very clearly, like bound chains, kind of keeping him locked down, and this reclaimer dressed in these elaborate robes with this elaborate like headpiece, holding a piece of crown steel reverently, moving to Sir Eldrak and then forcing it into his mouth and for him to eat it. And you can see that one of Sir Eldrak's arms is showing heavy corruption mutation.
All right, we need to get going immediately.
Maybe
Rowan,
though,
yes.
just really quickly before we go, we could ask the captain to send a message to Obsidius and to Emberissa, Lady Emberissa, and let them know that there's crown steel and Sir Eldrak, well,
Yes.
is in this state.
That's a good idea, Gruff. Yes, we should.
Do you know the direction, Rowan?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
No, I can follow the rivers. Right?
Yeah, so you have it. If you want to pass me your map, actually, and I will map on. Map on.
I believe there is a mark already. For
Oh, did I already
upgrades.
do that?
Yeah. 2 tiles to the east of where we currently are.
No,
There's an A.
That is a different place.
Oh.
You're okay.
No. I don't think any of us are okay today.
I'm chill.
What is our
chilling.
PTZ doing?
It's gonna slowly drift
It's
towards
doing such a
Martin,
slow
stop.
Okay, so we are currently.
There it goes. It's still going.
Here we go. So
Oh, look at that.
Aw, look at that beautiful pan.
Just ready to rest.
So you
podcast
know
section,
it's
great
about
man.
you know it is about
Perfect.
3 days because of the terrain. It's about 3 days travel to the southeast, right in the middle of the ash hills, like deep close to the mountains. And you know that that's the direction you need to head in. The other thing you would remember, Rowan, from your vision is that there are a network of underground rivers that that all link back up to that lake. And they have, they spread throughout the ash hills. So you could try and you've got two choices, basically. You travel overland to directly where you think this underground lake is and find a way down from, the surface. Or you find one of these underground rivers, you try and get into one of those, and then try and take that along to the lake itself.
It would have carved a path.
Yeah. But again,
We can
that
swim
might
with our
be...
mouths open towards it.
But that might involve having to go underwater at points, and it could be more dangerous. But then otherwise you're going to have to go overland and then find a way down, because you know that this lake is quite far under the earth. It's probably about 300, 400 feet under the earth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'll point it out on the map. On the side of Rock.
So are you doing this in your head now, or if you're saying this out loud?
Yeah, I'll come back to the group now.
Okay, we need to probably get moving.
Oh, okay.
Nice outfit, Xanthius.
Thank you. You think it works?
Yes.
Thank you. Great. Oh, did Daisy? Did you just laugh?
No, I've got something in my nose.
What is it? What's wrong? What's missing?
Huh?
What's missing?
Look at me.
Yeah?
I'm not one for fashion, Xanthius. You look resplendent.
Do I look stupid?
No, absolutely not. You've never looked stupid in your life, I'm sure.
Well, except 20 minutes ago when I was.
You were saving me.
Well,
And
yes.
that's what's important.
Well, yes. No, I wasn't focused then. But anyway, thanks for the scarf, by the way. You can have it back.
Thank you.
Are we leaving? Are we heading off?
Yes.
So you know which way to go?
We should head in this direction.
And I put the map off on Rodri's belly
Okay.
and point it.
Well, we're right
out.
here. So what's that about?
Then I look at everyone else very obviously
Remember what I showed you.
Wait, do you say that out loud?
no, I'm just nodding in that way.
At what point do we have to tell Xanthius that there's current steel?
So if we're here, it'll be about, what, 1, 2, maybe 3 days
3
away?
days with the terrain. 'Cause remember, it's a day and a
Yeah.
half moving through difficult terrain.
While the boys are having this conversation, can I take Daisy to a side and get Daisy to write a message, everything we know from what we saw in the vision, to the location, so that with the intention that we give it to the captain to get to Lord Obsidius and Lady Emberissa?
Sure. Do you say that that's what you're planning to do? Out loud? To Daisy?
Oh, we can use the psychic comm, right?
I'm asking. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yes, psychic comms.
Okay. Yeah, you finish writing that up, and then, you can make your way back.
Before we head off, I'm going to give this to Captain Nathaniel to send to Lord Obsidius and Lady Emberissa as an update.
Okay. Great. Oh, you said you also had a vision, Rowan.
Yeah.
What did you see? That sounds important.
It is really bad.
Okay, but you know which way to go, right?
Yes.
But what did you see not Emberis, did you see?
I start breathing heavily.
It was a lot, Xanthius.
Okay, I mean, if it...
It's bad, and we should press on.
Do you know what we're going to be up against? Did you see the other creatures?
It seems like the leaders or the heads of this reclaimer cult.
Okay. How many of them? Where are they? I just feel like this is important to know before we just charge into this place.
We have to go
have
deep
3 days.
underground.
I know we have 3 days, but, are we, again, as we usually tend to do, going in beyond our depth?
Gruffith?
All right, I'm here, lad. I'm here.
I'm sorry, I don't want to... We seem to always
Gruffith knows how to explain things better.
Okay.
Right, he had a quick word with me. He saw in his vision where we need to go next
Yeah.
to save Lord Sir Ignis.
Eldrak Ignis, right. Everyone seems so flustered at the moment. What's going on? I don't want to dive into another place, get into another fight we are woefully unprepared for. This vision seems like the perfect
In your
opportunity.
head, you just hear Daisy go, he knows!
Baranth will say, like, normally quite quiet, will interrupt and be like, I agree with Xanthias. It would be most unwise for us to plunge into battle, not knowing what we are up against.
If you saw how many there are, and what kind of equipment they have, I just don't
I'm
want
telling him, this is not right. I can't be dishonest with Xanthias.
It's
He's our
not
friend.
dishonesty, it's just. You're in danger.
Me?
Yes.
What was this a prophetic vision? Did you see me in this vision?
No.
Right.
I saw your greatest enemy in this vision.
I'm trying to think
Papa!
who a joke answer could be, but as in what? Oh.
They have hoarded all of the crown store they could find into one place.
All of it?
As much as the most I've ever seen. And they're feeding it to Sir Ignis. Eldrak Ignis.
I keep getting that wrong.
Which way round is it?
Can't do it.
Sir Eldrak Ignis.
It feels like it should
Eldrak
be
is his
Ignis
first name.
Eldrak. I don't know why.
I don't know why it's locked in.
That's not his name.
You guys are freaking out right now. It's Eldrak Ignis. We've been honest, trying to follow this guy for weeks.
Look, okay, we are heading into a place which has got the most potent amount of crown steel possible, and we've seen what it does to you in small supply.
Well, no. Okay, maybe a little bit. Not really, but I mean, yeah. I mean, possibly, but I mean, we were already kind of prepared for this, right? We knew that where we were going could have had a lot of crown steel around.
And Obsidian says that if you get around it, then it's not good. He warned us specifically.
Not that, and I turn to Penelope and Baranth, it's a problem for me. Crown steel, schmown steel, that's what I always say.
Penelope's just looking at you with big goblin anime eyes. Baranth completely expressionless. But he's like, I don't really understand what you're talking about. Is the crown steel is you said it's like the sickness that Lady Verathera wanted to heal, right? Are you sick?
No, well, no.
He's particularly vulnerable.
Do you want to give me a deception check there, pal? Do you want to give me one?
Deception, let's see. I'm not even going to fate it. I can tell you that I don't even need to
I'll
look
fate
at
it.
the numbies. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Nice. Get a fate back.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
I am the dungeon master.
Yeah?
Therefore, I ask first.
You're doing a perception check on me.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
Oh my god.
Thomas.
Was it more or less than a 9?
A 9. Penelope will sort of knit her little brows together, and she's like looking at you. If you're sick, it's okay. I want to try and help. Like, it's okay if, like, you don't have to lie to me.
No, it's just been, as it would, like dragons.
In your head again.
Real
Here.
flustered.
She knows!
Listen, it's okay.
Dragons and people associated with dragons have an unusual reaction to crown steel. So if we were to encounter a lot of it down there, then it might affect me greater than everyone else. Is what I'm saying, sort of.
Okay. Listen, everyone seems to know a lot more about this stuff. I don't really know what this stuff is, and if it sounds like it's real dangerous and stuff, and Baranth doesn't know that much either, right? Like, Lady Verathera is the one who knew all about this stuff, so...
It is dangerous in the wrong hands.
Okay.
It can be dangerous even if it starts in the right hands. It can become bad.
Well, then, and you said that this place has got a load of it, right? And it's in the water, you said?
Yes.
Well, then that's what's making everybody sick. It's the source of the illness, right?
Yes.
The veins of death.
But the problem is that when he had a drink of that, he thought it was really, really, really good.
Yeah, but it was.
Okay, yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Then you shouldn't be. Don't eat anything or drink anything in these lands.
Tempting.
But listen, if we can rescue Lady Verathera, I'm sure she's gonna know a way to cure what the sickness or the plague or whatever it is. She'll find a way to make the poison go away.
I'll gently put my arms around Penelope.
Lady Verathera has been held there. And we need
So,
to get
great,
her
you
back.
know where she is. We can go rescue her.
Yes, but she doesn't
Blink,
look...
blink, blink.
You know what? We're going to do it. She's gonna be fine.
Yeah, oh, Lady
okay.
Viv, she's one of the most. She's so kind and she's so lovely. You know, if there's
He's
anything,
crying.
there's no way that
Can't wait
she's.
to meet her.
You know, she's not gonna get sick from this stuff. She wants to help, and she's gonna cure it.
Yeah.
She's gonna find a way.
Yeah, she'll find a way.
Yeah. It's okay, Rowan. Just like look.
Fine.
I said before we came out here that if something like this was to happen, that I would take a step back. I don't have to be there when this happens. Maybe
We didn't have really good luck with splitting up before.
well, no, true, but I don't.
Can we just have a quick, if this was a movie,
Yeah.
a quick hard cut to a montage of
Rowan
you fighting in the ruins with all that fun?
And then you
In the tournament.
Yeah. You being a sulky little kid when Gruff tries to call you out on it.
Yeah.
I've taken the crown steel, circle it, just hiding like in that way.
You're aggressively like, where is it? Like Bilbo looking for the one ring. Like, it was in my pocket. Where is it?
But if you don't think I am able to contain myself when I'm in there, even if I feel like I can, then I don't have to be in there,
Taking off again.
right?
Honestly, Zan, I am a little worried. Like that water.
I am more than a little bit worried.
The water seems to really affect you, and that's a trace amount, if anything.
You wanted to sell it.
I did want to sell it, but that's because it made me feel good, and I want to make money.
It made me feel good, and it was
Ophelia
also
wants to sell
fucking
everything.
delicious.
In her defense, Ophelia wants to sell literally everything ever.
Yes.
She has she had a coffee cup with slime in it. Remember?
I was going to give that to Blackwing.
Yeah, it's resourceful. It's a bag full of
I like
crap,
money.
sure, but I like money too. Anyway,
We're here for your best interests. We're going to be getting very close to both the water and this source of crown steel that's corrupting. Sir Eldrak Ignis. Penelope?
Do any of you have like a magic that could help maybe Xanthias if you're worried about him losing control of himself? Like sometimes there's magic that can help you, like the sanctuary spell that I cast on you. It protects you from people trying to hurt you, right? Maybe there's and there might be magics that helps you have a stronger will or like prevent people from taking you over or something like that.
Throw a dagger at him.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like
I can
maybe
give you
Baran could
heroism.
I can restrain him and
stop
stuff.
by making him really stop. But that's not useful.
Yeah, well, no,
I
not
can
like
stop you
that.
being frightened.
so I
I don't
aggressively.
think any of us have anything that would help.
I aggressively
Moses.
take down some cultists. Daisy's literally talking about killing me, and I'm the bad guy.
Useful. I said I'm not going to do it. It's not useful.
No, you're right.
Also, montage cut to Ophelia eating that man, draining him, sucking him dry as well. Nyah, coming out covered in blood.
We're the good guys.
There's also all the blacksmiths in that square. Daisy killed a lot of those guys.
Daggers flat.
I think maybe
Do you want
just
to test me?
hard cut to all of us, and we're just not good people, except maybe just Rowan and Gruff.
Those two are pretty fine, actually.
they're fine.
Are we on the good side?
In my defense, Daisy panicked in almost
Yeah.
all of those situations.
Yeah.
It was Nova that used maddening darkness when she panicked.
That was war crime.
I think we should get moving.
Yes. Should we go?
We've got 3 days to think about this.
Yeah,
but
we can think
yes,
about it on the road.
Should we go through the caves, through the tunnels, or?
It's very deep, so we will need to go down at some point. It's whether we choose to follow the rivers that are underneath already.
So you
en route,
know-
or go overland.
You
which
know
could be more
exactly
careful.
where to enter, though?
I've had quite strong visions.
Okay.
You're all like pretty precise. Like you'll be like, you can think you can get to like, we are above the lake. Like you can get to like somewhere above the lake.
You know those like metal things that cross over with water? Times that by
Dowsing
100.
rod.
Dowsing.
Times it by 100?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty specific.
Have you heard of GPS?
No, I haven't. What does that stand for?
Have you heard of triangulation?
What
Gnome
specifically-
protection spell. They hide a gnome in the world, and then there's a spell that you can track them.
There's gnomes dotted around the place
Should it be
casting sending
positional?
spells.
Would it be positional?
Yes, gnome positional
Warmer.
spell. Yeah, gnoming positional system.
You get 3 gnomes in a triangle.
It's a gnoming device instead of a homing device. Greetings, friends. looking for the location. I'm the local gnoming service. Just a little like guy with like big white hair, and a little hat. They just stood at like the corner of like major location.
Then there's like ear trumpets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Well, let's go. But I hope to think that you can share this stuff with me. The crown steel's not right here in front of me.
I didn't know how to confront my problems.
Cut to Gruff's pocket.
It knocks on Xanthias' chest. Ding ding.
I shouldn't be. I mean, okay, fine. I'm glad you told me, but
It's out of pure concern for you, not because of you. I hope you understand.
I don't.
We're not worried because of you. We are worried for you. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, you're gonna have
Your
to
safety.
run that one by me again.
We're not worried because of you.
Right. So you're not scared of me.
No.
You're scared for me.
You're scared for you.
Yeah.
Right. No, I don't understand that either. So you're not.
Dumb.
It's the crown steel. Knock him out.
Dumb.
Okay.
All right. So, are you guys making your way? You're going to
I think
get
we're
back on
making
the
away,
road?
but before we, Gruff will nip to the camp, give Captain Nathaniel the note that he asked Daisy
Yes.
to write to Obsidius and Emberissa.
You asked them to send another message, didn't you, the day before? Like, before you went down into the mines, you asked them to send a message, I think.
Did we?
Did I imagine that?
That
I
was
might have
in
imagined
brain
it.
space.
I don't remember.
But yeah, Nathaniel will say, like, I can have one of our messengers head off. I mean, we're likely going to be leaving this place. Mr. Kuro is obviously going to take some time, but we'll probably leave this place anyway, and we'll head back onto the road, head back into Gildai, or perhaps onto Pharos or somewhere like that. If we encounter a herald or somebody, I will try and send a messenger off, but we don't really have... I don't have a runner or scout, but if we find someone, I'll pass on. I can't promise you any timely delivery is the only issue.
Did we not have any other way to contact? Did we have a scroll of sending? Why do I feel
Yeah,
like
we just
did?
get him to use crown steel spells. And then
Yeah.
Sidious will come.
Obsidious will know about it. I'll just blast into the sky like a flare.
Then we'll get
I
wrapped
don't
by
particularly
Sidious.
have anything.
Sidious.
It's really important that this gets to Lord Obsidius. It's to do with the Reclaimers. It's to do with this knight of his that we're looking for. And it's going to be really dangerous. Well, you know about Galvisar, do you?
Of course, yes.
Right, it's to do with that.
The died hundreds of years ago. The Oriat.
Yeah, well, it's sort of coming back.
Give me a persuasion check.
I don't know that Gruff really believes in himself either. 19!
19. We will do our best. As I said, I will send a messenger out, but it depends on the roads, my good man. Like if I send a single messenger out, it's likely they'll be killed by some beast or something. If we find somebody on the road, we will make sure that this message gets to Ash and Rest. I just can't promise you it will be. It may take days.
I absolutely understand. Anything, any word.
Of course, yes, we will do what we can.
Why do I feel like we had? I
feel like there was a scroll of sending.
If it's not in your inventory, you don't have it.
Yeah, I don't.
I believe you did have one, but actually you did. You used it.
I
Gruff
used
used
it
it when
to
you
summon,
were fighting the lamplighters.
My crush,
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
whose name I've
Griol.
completely forgotten already.
Sir Griol.
Oh, lasting relationship.
I'm out of the
that
sea.
one.
Dead to me.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
You used it to
Reed,
contact
do you
Sir
remember
Griol.
the name of your date?
Dead to her.
But that checks out for a
Been
feeling.
so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah,
That ship
they
sailed.
will take the message. Like I said, it is he's happy to, he will make his best effort to get it sent off. But you are several days away from Ashland's Rest. You are out in the middle of nowhere. So
It's better than nothing.
it might be one of those arrive at the very last minute kind of things, but probably not going to
Look at
arrive
that.
before that.
Okay.
That's all good.
All right.
We can start heading off.
Y'all make your way. You begin traveling, and night comes and goes. We're going to do all the journey rules and things like that in a minute, just when we come back for our part 2. But before that,
Yeah.
let's see. Xanthias, Rowan, Gruff, and Ophelia. You all drank the gold water. Now, Xanthias, you had a drink recently, so this doesn't apply to you.
Okay.
The rest of you, when you wake up the next day after a long 8 hours of rest and your long rest and you're traveling, the next day you all feel not very good. You are suffering from a withdrawal-like effect. You
I'm
have
gonna calm down.
-2 to saving throws and ability checks.
Yeah, that's a big swing.
Oh,
You're gonna end up having.
+1 to -2.
And you are craving more of that water. I will remind you, Ophelia still has a day's worth of water in vials.
Did you not pour it out?
Did not pour it out and it was not destroyed.
My money.
But you have a kind of like you are like you will know that you're in headaches, you feel sick. It's like a hangover or like a drug withdrawal. So like you know that if you have more of that, you'll feel better. But like you can't shake these awful headaches, and that is you don't know how long that's gonna last. That
A
withdrawal
magic
effect.
sickness.
Yeah. You feel great, Xanthius.
Done with this.
As long as and like you probably are getting to the point where you're like, oh, I want to drink some more. But
Shame I've just got this regular ass stupid water.
like I said, Ophelia's got some.
What was the penalty?
-2 to ability checks and save throws. It's basically the opposite. It's like double the bonus effect that you had.
You're gonna get worse, I reckon.
Does it say in the corner underneath that little icon duration?
Nope.
Weird.
Well, you stacked it now as well.
This UI sucks. Where's the mini map? How do I
Press
turn that
F1,
on?
bro.
But with that is where we're going to end part 1.
Okay.
And we'll pick this back up in part 2.
Just as we pass one of those GPS gnomes. There it is.
Hello! On your way to the Ash Hills. Keep on going.
They always know where we are.
They're just like in the trees. Like it's like one of those little holes in the trees. He just sticks his face out.
I've heard they've had a data breach recently.
Really?
Yeah, we've got to worry about our privacy.
Oh, wow.
Archmages hack into them all the time.
Every set of safe words.
Right, with that's going to be it for part 1. We will see you in part 2, everybody. See you then.
See you in a bit. Goodbye.
Welcome back to part 2 of Altheya the Dragon Empire, everybody. Our heroes have returned from the mine of the Shurikar Earthworks, having convinced Kuro Kincaid that his sister was a cultist of Belaine. They left peacefully, amicably, with the mercenary company and everyone else there, and have made their way back into their wagon with Rodri, the Thunder Beast, their pack animal, their pack beast, and have begun making their way towards what Rowan believes, having seen a vision, is the location of the Reclaimers and the current place of Sir Eldrak Ignis, the person that they are searching for. Many mysteries abound, many dangers lurk ahead, but you have a couple of days of travel between then and there. And the very last thing that happened was, in the next day, Gruff, Rowan and Ophelia have woken up feeling awful, suffering the effects of withdrawal after drinking the gold water, we shall call it.
Yes.
And at this point, out of character, it has trace amounts of crown steel, but enough for crown steel to be an effect on the system.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is out of game knowledge. Obviously, you guys have made theories in character and stuff as well. But yes.
So when you drink it, you get. Is it a full day of +1 to ability checks?
Basically, yeah, it's a full day, yeah. So it's +1 to ability checks and saving throws, and a one-time you can add 1 to a spell DC or a spell attack roll damage roll.
On the next spell, yeah. But if you don't
it's
have
a one-time
it,
thing.
the next day,
Is a -2 to ability checks and saving throws, which is quite significant.
but I had a glug before it was all pulled away, so I feel okay right now. But my next
Tomorrow's
day
gonna
might be
suck.
pretty rough.
Well, like I
Unless-
said, there is one,
there's
and
rivers.
like Ophelia has enough. I've put it down as 1 days of water, which is basically probably enough for like, you're going to be sipping it throughout the whole day and stuff like that. It's enough to like drink a significant amount of. So I'd say it's probably like all of you could drink from it, and that will expend what Ophelia has left, or one person can drink from it multiple times, basically.
But I'm okay for the next day, at least.
Yeah.
So I'm not noticing it.
So.
But yeah,
Traveling.
Yeah.
You guys are making your way. You know exactly where you're going because Rowan is guiding you. You also have Penelope and Baranth with you, who are experts at traveling across the wilderness. So we don't need to make any rolls to make sure you don't get lost and things like that. But I would still like to know what your plans are for like who's keeping watch, what are people doing, are you guys taking any extra precautions or trying to do anything in particular, and then we will roll on our events table to see what happens and the like.
Okay. So we are traveling through difficult terrain, so it is going to take slightly longer, right? So, but like, is this hilly terrain? Is it like forests, or is it?
It is a mixture. It's hills, forested hills, the occasional like large stretch of like glade, things like that. It is, this is like a full on like
off road.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, what are you guys all doing? Was there any plans for who's doing things like keeping lookout or who's managing supplies, and what are people doing?
As Rowan's got the best idea of where we're going, he'll take his survival role and do the whole scouting.
Yeah, I mean, that succeeds automatically because you know where you're going. So if you're going to be the guide, that's what you're doing, but you don't need to roll for it. You know exactly where you're going. You're not going to get lost. Like, you remember
Even with
exactly.
my hangover.
Even with that, you don't need to make the check with it. Like, and especially aided with Penelope and Baranth, like, once you've pointed on the map, it's in this area, roughly somewhere here, the three of you can easily get the crew there. You're not going to get lost.
I will, however, look out for possible paths, like the easiest path, whether it's through the hills on the overland, or if there's an option to go.
Okay.
Like, there's a cave
You wanna try and
or
find, like, a
valley
shortcut?
that could go down to a river.
Okay, sure. In that case, yeah, still give me a survival roll then.
Check this out.
Watch this. You're going to use fate?
try.
Or...
Check this
Do you want
the
to
hell
use
out.
any?
Yeah, go for it.
Hell no.
All right.
Because you're surviving.
Minus
It's,
two.
it's going to be a nat 20.
Yeah, you don't need actual fate when you have.
Natural 20.
Oh my god. He's not even lying.
It feels good
I
when you
can
call
see
it
it from
right.
here.
It feels pretty good.
Survived!
Well, remember, ability checks, they are still, modifiers still come into play.
27.
27 with the minus 2.
Damn.
25.
25.
Your average roll today is 27.
Feeling it.
Yes, with no doubt, you are going to be able to, I would say, with that. So you wanted to see if there are ways to like find like rivers or underground things like that, like sources of water
Early
that
on
might
in the
lead.
journey, because we're going to probably commit to either overland or go
Right.
down.
Gotcha. I see. You can, you could navigate, and I will say that, you kind of trusting your gut instincts and like following feelings more than anything, trying to picture in your mind some of those memories of the different tributaries of like all leading to this underground lake. You think you know a direction, so you kind of take everyone a little bit off course. And you find a system of caves in one of these in the hills. And going through those caves, you think that those caves will lead you to an underground river that will then take you. That is going to be like you won't be able to take Rodri because like there's no way you can get Rodri down in there. Like you would have to leave Rodri. There might be sections where you have to dive underwater and like swim underwater, and that could be like long periods of swimming. It's like is it spelunking they call it, or like caving?
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
Let's go the other way.
And this is actually the quicker route doing this.
It would be a lot quicker, yes, because you would
Right.
be going there directly. Yeah, you would easily save
I would
time if
at
you did
least pitch this to the group as I start veering in that direction.
So what is it that you're veering towards? Is it literally like
cave.
just a hole in
It's
the
a
ground?
series of caves, yeah, and like Rowan's like, and again, abstracting a little bit of this, like this is on part of the journey, right? So we'll pause the journey. Rowan leads you to this series of caves, and you go in and scout Rowan and sort of making your way down, maybe with some of the guys with you, and eventually you kind of find that, like there's a drop and you can hear rushing water, and you will also be swimming against the current of the river because it comes from there.
Examining it.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying this is the quickest route.
Yeah,
This hole is barely big enough for me to jump into.
I know. But time is pressing against us.
Of course, no, but if you've communed, I suppose, with the earth, and
I have a very strong. I know I steered us a little awry before, but this time, trust me, through there,
well, it
get
was
there in no time.
creatures and monsters that attacked us that steered us wrong. It wasn't necessarily you. It's just as long as there's no creatures and monsters down there. Again,
can't
Water
promise
full
there
of
won't be.
crown steel. So.
but you know the terrain, and I'll trust in that at least.
Yes.
We can go in there and try. It's a little spooky, I won't lie.
And also, we have to leave Rodri behind.
Baranth will also say, I will not be able to join you this path. I will continue overland. He's too big. Like, he's quite broad and bulky. Like, Rowan, you're gonna really struggle. You are massive. And getting through these rocks and caves, it's gonna be real tight.
You're a big,
And also,
big boy.
Baranth is made of wood, so swimming is kind of hard for him because he floats. Yeah. It's also like if there are bits where he's gonna physically go under, he's like literally he's too buoyant, right?
Yeah.
Well, wherever you're going, Rowan, we're going with you.
I would like the group to make a decision here.
I trust your intuition. If this is the best way forward, then we'll take it.
I could be able to help out with the being underwater bit as well, for everyone.
Okay. What? We breathe underwater, or you're going to destroy it all? Okay.
Is there a little bit of sarcasm in that tone, Xanthias?
Well, I just know what you do with water. You do a lot of things with water. I'm just wondering what you're going to do with it. You're going to destroy it?
I was the one who poured out your water skin, but Gruff's getting back.
I know. I just know it's got magical. There's a way you can.
I actually think Tom isn't being Xanthias isn't being sarcastic.
No, I'm just wondering, what are you going to do with the water?
Destroy it.
If we're breathing underwater, great. Maybe I'll open my mouth once. But if you're destroying it, then I'm going to have some words.
Thomas, are you okay?
No. Let's
someone
just
hurt
go
you?
into the fucking cave.
Where does Tom stop?
I don't know.
And
I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
Xanthias begin.
The line
Have
is
you become
blurring,
him?
worrying.
Like, yeah.
After every session, I go outside and I punch someone.
You just set something on fire.
Something's going really wrong here.
Shake him. Give me the crown steel.
Okay, good, is what I say to that.
It's a little spell that I learned from watching my ice divers. I can help you all breathe underwater.
Great.
Ooh, exciting.
Okay. Well, as long as we can all fit.
Would that mean that we had to breathe in the crown steel water?
Heaven forfend.
How does that work?
So, outside of roleplay, the term of the spell is the ability to breathe underwater until the spell ends. Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration.
Yeah. So the way I like to do it, I think it would be down to Gruff to discern the sort of not visual elements, but how this works. It could be that all of the party gain gills and they breathe like fish. Could be that you make magic bubbles of air around their head, like astronaut helmets, and then that's how they breathe underwater. It could simply be that they just absorb the oxygen from the water in their skin, or it's the magic of the spell is you breathe underwater.
So I just said just now that it was inspired by watching the ice divers, and I think it is just ice divers just hold their breath, like cormorants, because ice divers are cormorants in real life, and cormorants just have a really long lung capacity and can dive, for a long time underwater.
So maybe this is you conjure a magical breath that goes in, and then that just sustains them for. And how long is it? It's 8 hours, I think.
24.
24 hours.
Oh,
God damn.
That's a big breath.
That's a big breath.
Bruh. It's cool though.
I'm
one big
keen to
lung.
get into this cave. Is this light really bright?
Yeah.
Brighter than normal if
It
he's got
really
his
hurts,
sunglasses
actually.
on.
Ow.
I just can't look at.
My head is pounding, isn't it?
Not that bad. It's sunny, sure,
Absolutely
but
pounding.
Yes.
Anybody more of that? That stuff.
Oh.
Because that right now sounds like it would be amazing.
Which is exactly why you shouldn't be drinking it, because if you drink it,
Oh.
this is going to be worse.
Oh, could you keep
The next
sorry,
day.
You're speaking quite loudly.
Sorry, that hurt me as well.
wait, are you feeling bad now? Because I feel fine. When did you last have some of that drink?
Like a day ago,
That drank.
before I went in the cave.
Yeah, this is coming for you, boyo.
Wait, really? Oh.
Unless
Probably be worse
it
for
affects
you,
you
actually.
differently.
Well, I doubt it. Why would it?
What's that face? That's the weirdest face I've ever seen.
Dragonborn are so unreadable.
Just one tooth.
Okay, well, let's just go in here. I trust Rowan's judgment on this one. And wherever
I really
Rowan goes,
hope this
we
is
go.
right, but I feel good about this.
And just to clarify, this is the fastest way to get there. I am not saying it is the best way to get there.
Sure.
I'm saying it is the fastest way to get there.
So if Rowan's check was literally just he identified the route rather than...
Exactly. The check was, this is an option. This is the check is not, this is the best way to do it. This is an option, right? I'm also not saying it's a worse option than go overland. I don't want you to be under the misunderstanding that the check is like magic best way to go.
Yeah.
That's not what the check is, right?
They're both an option.
They are. You have
Yeah.
two options now.
We
want to
You
get
can
there
go
fast.
overland, which is slower, but you're going overland, or do you go through here?
We
and
go
this
through
is,
the blender.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
again, like I said, this is like spelunking, caving. Like it's going to be, if you can breathe underwater, that's going to take a lot of the threat away. But it's going to be narrow passages. It's going to be like crawling through. You're going to be swimming against the current. You don't know. Rowan doesn't know what might be down here.
Yeah.
Like you might have to. There might be like rapid like sections. There might be monsters down there. There could be like whole caves and stuff. Like who knows?
We're not a strong team.
Yeah, looking around,
Speak for yourself. I can turn into a fish. Bye.
looking around, is there any
Suspicious strength.
obvious like landmarks from what I can see where we're currently standing that if we came back overland, we'll be able to find Rodri and whoever else is staying here?
Apart from the path that you've charted, like you know where the mine is. Rowan's kind of marked on your map where this destination is, where
Okay.
the reclaimers are. You could use your map and try and follow this again, but yeah.
Yeah. That's my concern. If we go in here,
Baranth will say, if you are worried about the beast, I can lead it for a time. I can either take it to the location that Rowan has marked upon the map, or I could lead it back somewhere once our business is done. I will not be able to travel in this underwater path. I will have to entrust Penelope in your care. But I will make my way to the location to aid you in the battle, if I can.
I don't know, guys.
I will travel faster on my own if I do not have Rodri to look after.
Well, it is that case, isn't it? If the faster we get there, the better it is for Lady Verathera
And Sir
and
Eldrak.
Sir Eldrak Ignis.
That's the big crux here. It's like, do you risk the dangers of this unknown path? Going overland, you might encounter monsters and stuff like that, but you're definitely going to be better equipped to like be prepared for it and things like that. This is the fast but risky option. Overland is the slower but maybe safer option.
is there any indication of like how much faster it is?
Yeah, significantly, because you won't have to like wind your way through the hills. This is
Right.
like as the crow flies, basically.
Okay.
This
Is
will
it-
be direct.
Does anybody else have any spells that can help with, I don't know, like navigating underground or light or...
If I can help, like, I can speak with animals and I can speak with plants, but I don't know if that will help us a little bit.
I could maybe make us a 10-foot boat.
Since when?
I can create things.
Well, he created a mattress.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Oh yes, you did, didn't you? The
You
mattress.
surf on a
It would be
mattress.
10 foot though. And it's
quite large.
For 5 of
I mean,
us,
it's
it's not
not-
going to fit everybody.
But the entire cave can't be extremely tight. There must be some open segments somewhere, so it's useful.
But I can create things.
That's good.
It might be useful for a time, and then you might have to ditch it and go back underwater and go through narrow passages and stuff like that again.
We've got our rations, we've got ropes.
Well, your rations are all on Rodri. Like you can take small amounts with you individually, but this is probably going to be like a day, less than a day if you go this way. It's probably like another 2 days or a day and a half, at least 2 days if you go overland. So you're basically cutting your time in half if you go this way.
I think we should go in. If we want to get there quicker, this is the quickest.
Yes.
It's just
This is the quickest way. I gotta say, I think the same thing. I wanna get to Lady Verathera as soon as we can.
It's gonna be dangerous, Penelope.
I know, it's okay.
We'll probably need your healing magics.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
In which case, Gruff is gonna start casting water breathing.
Okay.
Baranth, I think you should take Rodri with you. It'd be good to have Rodri there when we do eventually ascend out of this cave.
Very well. I shall travel to the point marked on the map, and I shall endeavor to locate you once I am there.
Percival can help you. I can send Percival with you.
Baranth looks.
I know you'd prefer not to, but I trust you to keep him safe.
I have little care for the undead of the world. I will make no special task in protecting your risen companion. It's like, this guy's all about life and living things. He does not give a fuck about Percival.
I just feel like that's a sitcom in the making, though.
I mean,
like,
listen.
Baranth, Avatar of the Living, Percival, Avatar of the Dead, and Rodri.
Percival is not Avatar of the Dead.
but
He's Ophelia's
He's a-
butler. He's Ophelia's skeleton
embodiment
butler.
of
He is,
undead,
yeah.
though.
This is
it's
turning
the
into
two
a great-
diametric
Yeah.
opposites, and they got Rodri.
And they're about to go investigate a
On a
crime,
road
buddy
trip.
cop movie.
Yeah.
You can
It's
do
a
what you want.
sitcom.
I'm just making it clear. Baranth as a character will do nothing to protect Percival. He does not think Percival is worth protecting. He's like, that guy's dead.
He
I
will
don't
do,
deal
though,
with that.
at the end of this adventure.
Well, Baranth, at the worst
Series
case,
1, finale.
worst case,
It's not gonna happen.
we can get Percival to help you if you just give him these 2 pots and pans anytime he sees something, right, Percival? Right, Ophelia?
Yes, he's very good at banging pots. Well, he hasn't had to use them yet, but he might be.
Yeah, he'll warn you if something's nearby.
If you wish to leave
And
the
them to you, I
undead
suppose.
on the wagon, I will accompany the wagon to its destination.
Cool.
I think that's as good as it's gonna get.
I'm trying to think of sitcom names.
And then Rodri. Hi.
Life and death.
Hello.
Okay, Percival, you okay to go with Baranth on this little adventure?
He just stares at you. It's like, are you telling him to do something?
Would my whispers connect with Percival?
I have to look something up.
Oh,
It's an interesting question.
The moment you do, kill me!
My life is suffering.
Help!
How devastating would that be to a kid? My whole life is a lie.
life is pain.
Constant scream.
I hate.
Interesting. Can you read out your actual ability? What does it specifically say? Because this could be very interesting.
He has a voice.
Percy
Where is it?
and Baranth.
And Rodri.
And Roger.
Someone said, "Live and Let Die" is the title. of this.
Good.
Live and let die!
Might have some copyright issues there, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Die and let live.
Choose up to 3 creatures you can see. For a number of hours equal to the number rolled, chosen creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them as long as you're within 1 mile. You and the creature don't need to speak a common language to understand each other. I can speak to Percival.
Okie doke.
Branch and bone.
I
Branch and bone
was
is very
thinking Bark and Bone Detective Agency. Anyway,
His bark is worse than his bone.
yeah.
I don't know.
If it was Ophelia and
Yeah, the
Baranth,
bark is worse than their bite. Like, it's perfect name.
bark and bite, but
Yeah.
no.
I'm going to use a
But
dice
yes, go on. You
to connect.
A voice for Percy.
Who are you connecting?
Can I connect Ophelia and Percival and me?
Yeah. Roll your die, see how long it lasts.
Good God.
8 hours, bitch!
This is huge.
Give me a minute.
Is
I
he
just wanna-
inexplicably French?
You just hear, I just want to try something. Hi, Percival. Ophelia's on the line here. Hi.
She has a
Please be
question
French.
for
please
$1
be
million.
French, please be French.
It's not.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I don't do requests. All right. It's my
I'm hoping.
my fucking NPC. I'm gonna decide.
It was
what
hope.
sounds like.
I was hoping.
Oui, Percy.
Ree,
Hi.
what kind of voice would you like Percival?
French.
It can be French if you want, but this is very much your character and your little
You
companion.
just had to make them dive into.
Do you have a
so much
particular
lore.
thing in mind?
Maybe kind of like Scandinavian.
Redo.
Norse, you know, like.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Totally.
How would that sound, Ree?
Well, no, I'll figure it out. It's gonna probably sound quite Skyrim guard. I'm warning you now.
That's fine.
All right. Oh. Hello there. It has been a very long time since I've had the chance to speak with anyone.
Hi!
Sister Ophelia.
I am honoured to hear your voice, Percival.
I am honored to speak with you, my lady. Oh, it has been a long time.
What have I done?
The best thing ever.
I like it. I like being able to speak to
This is
Percival.
amazing. Thank
Is
you
this
so
your
much.
magic, Lady Daisy?
Yeah.
Probably.
Incredible. It has been a long time.
Percival, I just want to know,
Yes.
do you like us? Are we your friends?
You are asking. It is interesting. I'm not. I suppose I do, yes. It is odd. I am not a life as you know it, but I have a sentience given to me by my masters in Osseous. He's going very Renaissance, like French-Italian thing. Going,
I like it, I like
I was kind of almost thinking Puss in Boots, you know, Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, it's a little bit Antonio Banderas in
I
there.
like it,
Is
I
that
like it.
okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Because the Nord thing, I'm going to slip out of
That's
it, I
fine.
think.
That's fine. You do. You do.
But yes, I suppose I do. Like you, yes. And Sister Ophelia, I have been very happy to serve. She has treated me very kindly and given me respect. Some of my former masters have not been so kind.
Oh, it's horrible to hear that, Percival.
That is, I am unfeeling. I do not feel pain or anything. They simply disregarded me. They treated me more as a tool. You have treated me more as a companion.
Well, you are a companion.
You're our friend, Percival.
Anyway, just give him these pots and pans, and all he'll do is clack them together.
I'm just thinking of what was going through his mind now when he was in line and people were going up to him going, oh, why are you in line, boy? And he just kept running away and coming back. I just want to know what was going through his head at that point. If he was like, shit.
I was following the orders that Sister Ophelia had given to me, that I was to wait in blind, but obviously I am not to allow my undead nature to manifest. As such, I was trying to keep my distance. I do not wish to harm any of the living. I was not instructed to.
No.
Just that little disclaimer on the end there.
Well, you are so dutiful, and I honour your companionship, Percival.
Well, thank you, Sister Ophelia. I am honored to serve you in the House of Blood.
So, we're going to have to part ways a little bit, Percy. I'm sorry to tell you. Baranth is going to take you overland because we are going under the caves and it might be quite dangerous for
The tree?
you. Yes, the tree man.
Very well, if that is your desire,
Although
my lady Sister Ophelia.
he does not feel particularly, what's the word? Keen on protecting you.
I see.
So, you know what? Take this with you. And I give him my whip.
Bony hand wraps around it.
If you come into any danger from any threats that attack the wagon, or Baranth or yourself, you are free to defend yourself.
Sister Ophelia, you are giving me permission to engage in combat.
Yes.
Oh, very well. I will do my best to keep myself, to preserve myself, and to defend myself until we meet again.
Yes. Hopefully it won't be too long. And I'll see you again very soon.
Yes, I hope that you look after yourself, my lady, as well. You see that when you give him the command of being able to defend himself, two red, glows appear in his eyes. Like, his eyes begin to glow.
Combat mode. Hell yeah.
And he now has the black chainmail, which you gave him as well. So underneath his, priestly robes, he has this black chainmail, the whip, and he gives it, a test. He kind of turns away.
Oh, no.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Yo, what is he doing?
I think I've done something.
What do you mean?
Why are you guys looking at Percy smiling and now he's got a whip?
We were just trying to figure out how to get into this. You spoke to him? What did he say?
He likes us. We're his
Does he?
friends.
Percy likes us. Hi, Percy. What did he say? And how?
Do you like that one?
Well, I greet Xanthius Oregon. I feel as towards him as I do to all of you.
Yeah, he likes you.
That was a very long answer, but okay.
He
Great.
likes everyone.
I like you too, Percy. I see you cracking that whip now as well. Are you going to fight on the whip?
I have given him permission to defend himself accordingly.
Great. Perfect, Baranth. There you go. Percival will defend himself in your journey as well.
Very well.
Okay, so you can just call on him and he'll help you as much as he can. I mean, he is, yes.
I don't know why I never thought of it before, really. But then Rowan was speaking to Rodri, and he wanted to speak to Rodri again. And I just thought, kind of want to know if Percival
Skeletons
is our friend.
have a high enough intelligence, and specifically it says they understand all languages in life but can't speak, which to me says that telepathically, a viable option.
Right.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, and this is maybe OC better to go knowledge, but I just find it interesting to talk about, he is not like, as a skeleton, it's not like his soul is attached. Like, the thing that you're talking to was once a living soul that's, like, bound to the skeleton. It is like its own life form that has been created through the animation of magic and then simply in existence.
Right.
Like, it has memory and concepts of things. But it's not like he doesn't have, like, memories of, like, who he, like, as a life or anything like that. Like, literally.
We're not talking to
the
former body of this skeleton.
Like, no, this is
it's just magic.
Well, it's magic born through being treated as a person and being given like a task and things like that. Like Percival probably isn't the body's name.
Yeah.
That is just the name it was given by whatever necromancer created him long ago, and then Osseous made him a permanent skeleton, basically, which is one of their things that they can do. And that process created sentient life.
It's kind of animism.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. And then by experience and following people around, it has gained sentience and life. Yeah, it's animism fully on.
Personally, I
interesting.
feel much better being able to talk to Percival, because now we can ask if he's okay.
Yeah, I love this. This is amazing. Blessings of the Grave Father to you, Percival.
Oh, and to you as well, Sister Ophelia, and Percival will bow.
Yeah, Ophelia will bow back. Have a safe journey. I'll miss you.
I will miss you, Sister Ophelia.
You will be able to talk to each other for and as long as you're within a mile of each other for a little bit, you can still have a little chat if you two want to catch up about anything.
Oh, thank you.
I'll just keep quiet.
Okay. This is a great day.
That's wonderful. Congratulations. Great idea.
I don't know why I never thought of it before. It's just like
No, I mean,
I just really wanted to know if he thought that we were nice, and he does. So that's good.
we are.
Gruff,
Hard
you
cut
look
too.
disapproving.
Gruff is just has just been brushing down Rodri, like giving him like because he's a bit sad to let Rodri go, and he knows Baranth will look at me. He's just gonna give him one last brush and a little treat.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, just to clarify, Baranth, Rodri, and Percival are going to make their way overland, which is going to be about 2 days of travel.
Yes.
To the location that Rowan has marked on the map.
Yep.
You guys are going to jump in this dark, wet river hole and
Don't know why you put it like that.
follow the underground river.
Yeah.
Till the
So we're gonna get
upstream.
thrown around like a rag doll against rocks and crags.
We'll get there in a day, bloodied.
Dead.
We're here to save you.
Did you, in the day after, speak to Rodri?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I could have.
Well, no, I was just wondering. I know you said
But
you were
that
going
could be
to.
the rest of the episode.
Yeah. I was just wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be.
I spent that time wisely, I think.
We just got to speak to Percival, who's been here the whole time,
has.
and he's only just gained a voice.
Yeah, and Mark was not expecting anyone to talk to Percival for quite some time. So
Right.
not prepped like any sort of voice or character for him.
That's a good voice. I like it.
Good, yeah.
All right.
Very servitude-y tone.
All right.
But yes, they can.
Water breathing.
Yeah. So
Cast that.
just just to flavour it a little bit, Gruff will kind of shake his staff, and the illusory Saren will fly out, and he will fly around everybody. And Saren almost shakes out a feather for everyone that just touches, like kind of gently comes down and touches your forehead. And that is the spell taking effect. I will cast it on everyone here, Penelope, and Baranth, just because. It's up to 10 people, so.
Sure, yeah.
What about Rodri?
And Rodri.
Sure.
Is there a physical after the effect? Is there like a noticeable sort of consistent spell effect on us, or is it gone after Saren taps
Probably
us.
gone after Saren's feather taps you.
Okay.
You feel a little icy shiver, I think. Almost like you've just plunged into some cold water.
Yeah, okay.
Cold waters of ice.
But there's not like an actual bubble or anything.
No.
Yeah.
So, with the spell taking effect, you begin the sort of mixture of climb down into the caving system, and then eventually find this kind of rocky pool. And Rowan, you're pretty certain that there is a current flowing in, flying into different cracks and things like that, but a hole wide enough that the group of you can start to make your way through. You descend in one by one. The water is icy cold. It does have that gold coloration to it as well. But there is something, when you dip in, it's not the same as that pool, that pond that you found. Whether it's a different type of concentration or whether it's just like the magic just resided in it, this water does not have the same effect as that pond. So even if you gulp it down, those of you who've got the headache, you don't feel anything. Xanthias.
So it is noticeably like not nearly as glittery and...
Something about this is slightly different, whether this is like diluted or whether it's maybe the pond has been like affected by the sun or something like that, you don't know. Like this is somehow different.
Okay.
But it does have that coldness that was very familiar, and that slight tingle on your skin as well. This is still... Crown's still influenced. It's just not going to have the same potion effect.
Sure.
You descend down into it, and one by one, you start making your way through. And like I said, you are fighting the current here. It's not a particularly strong current, but you are fighting the current here, and you begin climbing and making your way through. I think that for this, I'm going to run this as a little bit of like a kind of skill challengey kind of thing here. So what are you all navigating this place? Imagine the kind of scenarios like, you're going through tight crevices, you're having to like swim against the current here. You're also having to navigate. It is pitch black down here, trying to find your way. All sense of like that, like, I know where we're going because I've seen it in the vision, that kind of goes out the window because now you're down here. These all split off in different directions, Rowan, and like that navigation, you're going to have to rely on your natural navigation and stuff down here. What are you all going to kind of do to help you guys do this journey? Like, what are each of you doing as this journey to like help things along?
I mean, light source wise, I've got produce flame. You've got light, right?
I was going to say, I could cast light on just if there's a specific like boulder or something, I could cast it on as we're going along to light the area for people, so it's not just on me. It's like on parts of the cavern to guide people through.
Sure.
I'll probably do
This is
that.
at will, right?
Yeah,
I think
at
it's
will.
concentration. You can only do one light at a time, but,
but
you
I
can
can
light something
keep
up,
just-
move, and then light something up, and then cool. I mean, like that's easy enough to do. Like you can provide light. You also have like vision and things like that. But like if anybody's you have a light source, but again, that light source is like what 20 feet of bright light, 20 feet of dim light. There are like dark shadows. There are like crevices and cracks. There's all sorts of like things here.
Could Ophelia like scout ahead a little bit, like sort of like 10, 15 feet ahead? And like sort of spider climbing like along the walls and like using her dark vision to try and like guide the party through cracks and crevices that are more like optimal, like twisting and like turning and be like, oh, you turn your body this way and then go this
so like
way.
using your own ability to try and help them guide through.
Yeah.
So this sounds like more like acrobatics almost, like you're kind of using your training as a dancer and stuff.
Yeah.
Like as they get to these tight things, you're like, oh, bend your knee in this way, move
lift
it.
your leg, like turn your head
turn
that
your
way.
body this way. Yeah, okay, sure. Give me an acrobatics roll for this. You do have fate dice to use?
Too late. 10.
10, okay. Not the best, unfortunately, Ophelia, whilst you might be quite nimble and easy to turn, dealing with the others, and especially poor Rowan, who is so much bigger, what you think is, oh, yeah, we can go through this way.
Yeah.
You slide through, just bend your, and like poor Rowan is like, I don't quite fit, and like, you have to double back because he's just not going to be able to go that way. You lose a bit of time. Poor Rowan's bumped around a bit, even poor Gruff as well. Like, the fur kind of like makes it quite hard for him at certain points to like get through, carrying all the equipment through and everything else as well. Unfortunately, not super helpful, unfortunately. But, progress is still being made the whole time. Anybody else got any ideas of stuff that they might be doing in this journey?
Rowan's going to look for the...
I will need something from everyone.
Yeah.
At least one thing.
Try and navigate
Could be a spell.
Oh, yeah. It's mostly going to be navigating the widest stream
Okay.
that goes through. I know they're going to split off in different directions.
sure.
I'm going to look for the one with the strongest
Great.
current.
Sounds like a survival check to me.
Yeah, check this out.
Fate?
Nah.
Love it.
Maybe I should fake. It's too late. 14.
You said it's too late before you rolled it.
The momentum was already there.
14.
Thrown.
Rowan, you desperately try and navigate down here, trying to find the widest points. Also trying to find like spaces where you have caverns where you can actually swim, not necessarily always underwater. Even though you have the spell, like the water here is murky, and you get turned around, like underwater, your senses, your balance is all off, you know, the light's reflecting in weird ways. You know, as an audience, we see you miss a couple of obvious turns just because you don't see them and you lead people down in the wrong way. And yeah, unfortunately, it does seem to be leading off in a different path. But a failure, unfortunately, I have to say.
So this is a mixture of land and water, right?
No, well, mainly water at this point. You're not like walking through caves and stuff yet. This is like, you might come across like some rivers, but even then it's like water. You're like on an underground river and there's a large space above you, but there's not really like banks or caves or anything like that. You are in a proper water flooded cave system at this point.
Okay.
I mean, if you want there to be like a section on land, I'd say I'd take that for a fate point. Like if you want to be like, yeah, we actually come out into a cave system and it's all on land.
Just come back to me in a moment.
All right, sure. Anybody got any ideas? Thomas or Katie?
Yeah, so I mean, I've got Long Strider, which I can. It gives someone 10 feet extra movement per turn, but I mean, over a long journey, that's not terrible.
No, yeah, and also, like, I always say that, like, depending on the level of spell, like, you can get yourself some, like, free successes or, like, bonuses to, like, other checks and stuff like that.
So I think I could. I mean, I can cast it on one person for an hour, which I don't know how much that necessarily.
I don't worry too much about like stuff like that. Like if you're like, I'm going to cast Long Strider to make it so we can move quicker. Just what do you think? How do you think that's going to help the team in this scenario?
Yeah, it's either. I mean, I could if you have more movement speed, and then you use less of it to ensure like balance and agility and not agility. Yeah, I guess agility or dexterity. Does that make sense? Like, you move slower than your maximum speed, but you're more careful with it, but you have Long Strider, so your maximum speed is increased.
I mean, I think for the purposes of this, like, you are basically using Long Strider to make somebody more adept at swimming through the water.
Yeah.
And that will benefit the team by having somebody who's just able to navigate this, like, this path easier.
Yeah, so I think...
it's a level 1 spell, right?
It is, yeah, it's just a level 1.
All right. I'm not going to give you an automatic success for that, but I will give a heavy bonus to whoever you cast the spell on their next roll.
I think... I guess it depends
if it's
on,
physical.
It depends on what either Gruff or Daisy are doing.
Rowan and Ophelia can do other things as well. Like, I just want to have at least everybody has to do at least one thing.
We can do other
but
things.
like you can do other things.
I'll do a help for whoever I feel is best appropriate next, I suppose, at least for now.
Yeah, you can hold it. You don't have to say, but like, and I'd say this has to be a physical thing they're doing. So it can't be like a mental thing like navigation or anything like that.
Yeah.
It would have to be like if somebody was like, "Can I just make an athletics check to help guide the team through and help them swim better?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yep, great. That's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Perfect example of it."
Can I, in my mind, just mentally make a map and get Nim to remember the places that we're going, places that we find dead ends, anything that like we find along the way, so that if we try and go back on ourselves, I can go, no, we've already been that way.
Sure.
Go this way instead.
Yeah, I think that sounds great, and it sounds like a perfect thing for Nim to help you with. That, to me, would say a survival check. Do you agree, or were you thinking of something else?
Probably.
Yeah. Are you proficient in survival?
No, yes.
There you go. Okay. So if need be, you've got your side bolstered knack on this as well. Or soul bolstered knack, because we flavor it from psionics. You also have fate dice available.
I'll use a fate.
Delicious. Yum, yum, yum.
I rolled a natural 1.
Add fate to that, though.
I use my
Side bolstered knack. And you get a d6 to that as well. So you get your side D8 and a D8.
So what is side bolstered?
So this is a soul knife ability where on skills that Daisy's proficient in, if she fails it, she can add, or like if she can add numbers to it, I believe.
Oh.
So it's overall a 13.
13,
Which is
even,
not
yeah,
good
unfortunately,
From a
even
nat 1, that's pretty good.
from a nat 1 to get from a nat 1 to a 13, even with Nim's help. And I'd like to imagine that this is maybe because you are immersed in this water. Like, Nim is like finding it really hard to concentrate. Like, and you hear in your head like, oh, little one, whatever this is in this water is, it's overwhelming. It's so much just planar magic is bound into this. I am struggling. I'm so sorry. And like, is struggling to help you basically. Yeah. So like Daisy's you're trying to do your best to memorize it, but yeah, Nim is so distracted and overwhelmed by the crown steel in the water that it is unable to help.
So we've had no success.
You've not had any successes thus far.
So we're just saying it's pure water here.
No, it's got a little bit.
There's little bits of land. Okay.
Oh, it depends. Yeah, what are you looking for? Tell me your idea, and then we'll build from it.
My idea is to wild shape.
Okay.
And I cannot decide between a seal or a dolphin.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But to what end?
So a dolphin has blind sight, and
great.
so I feel like I would want to swim ahead and see like the currents, and it also has I think 60 foot of swim movement.
Swim speed. Yep.
Whereas a seal has 20 foot land and 40 foot swim. But yeah, the dolphin I think could go ahead.
Sounds
and
pretty useful to me.
Find the
and again,
route.
like this is like a long journey, so the wild shape is probably going to last a while. You're going to use that, but then you might come to an area where like I can't fit through this as a dolphin. I have to turn back to a gruff and then squeeze through, whatever. But yeah, I'd say that with that, because you're expending a resource on this, like a wild shape, and because it has like blind sight and stuff like that, I would say that would be an automatic success, right?
And, yeah, I feel like a dolphin is something that Gruff would see in Ice Heart. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's absolutely. We don't have to worry too much about how many forms you have in that. For when we switch to 2024, you have a limited number of forms, but for this, you're totally fine. So yeah, Gruff, like you transform into this beautiful ice diver dolphin-like creature, maybe like a narwhal.
Oh yeah, I want to be a narwhal. But I'm black again with that kind of like the little bits of white, kind of like
shimmery. Yeah,
I'm beautiful, man.
very cool. And you kind of lead the way. Well, you would be like, you would all hear this like noise as you use the.
Everyone, watch out! There's something here. Does that kill it?
And yeah, you portray that through as you manage to kind of lead the team, kind of turning around like some of the lost navigation from Rowan and Daisy. You're like, okay, you turn into this form, and you will follow this creature that most of you have probably never seen before, and you follow it through as Gruff leads the way. Earning a success.
Very cool.
Okay.
I'm a dolphin.
I think in that case, I think I'll
Yeah,
just
still need one. Well, you've kind of done a thing, Xanthias, but like if there's anything else you want to do, you can still use your long strider thing on somebody if anybody else has another idea.
I guess I would have in terms of everyone's actions, I would have retroactively put it onto Ophelia, but like then that's re-rolling, I suppose. But
No, not really. No, it's not.
I could have put it on Ophelia then in that case.
Yeah, if Ophelia does a physical thing,
You were
just
doing
bank, basically what I'm saying is bank it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You've
okay.
spent the expend the spell slot.
Yep.
You've banked it, and if somebody does a physical thing, you're going to give them advantage.
I'll give them long strider. So we're on round 2.
My other
essentially.
option was using my extra movement and dashing. If you gave me long strider, I could do that even more and go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd still probably ask for probably an acrobatics check from you to actually have a roll rather than just dashing, because everyone can technically dash. It's
That would be 80 feet instead of 60 with long stride.
but this isn't a race, right? This isn't
I know.
a race of 80 feet's not going to mean much in a day's worth of travel.
Sure.
So how are you using that in a creative way to help you navigate and get through this underground river kind of space?
Could I maybe use veracity as a way to carve the stone and make tight holes bigger for Rowan and Gruff to
You
fit
can
through?
certainly try.
Maybe go reckless and just
Can I aid
hack
with that?
away.
Because the dolphin can slam and charge attack and stuff like that.
So I would say that, you would be basically giving advantage to Ophelia. And Ophelia, I would say make a athletics check with advantage.
we'll do fate.
Yep. Because, like, this isn't, like, you're attacking with veracity, but really this is a matter of strength, of, like, chipping stone away to, like, widen holes.
And a big wet fish.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm a mammal, thank you. Dolphins aren't fish, actually.
19.
19. So yeah, like you reach like this particularly tricky bit where the way you need to go is just too narrow and like it's sharp rocks and this is going to be a bad way for you to go.
Yeah.
So you and Gruff move ahead and yeah, with veracity and the narwhal horn, the two of you manage to like break and sort of smash this crevice open a little bit wider so that all of you can get through basically.
Nice.
Filthy minds, all of you. Filthy minds.
Oh, no, they were laughing at me because I was imitating being a narwhal.
Oh, I see.
Shaking her head around, yeah.
Gotcha.
And then my neck clipped.
Why?
as
What
well.
did you hear?
I thought it was about me smashing the crevice open. I thought that's what you were
Filthy minds, Mark.
That's me. Yeah, no,
That
yeah.
is too
I do. Yeah, that's true. I do. have-
Self-reported that one.
I did. I was a full-on self-report. That. Cool. You guys are about sort of halfway through this journey. And yeah, you come across, you know, this like section of, again, like you're kind of swimming through these caves. The water breathing spell is still lasting absolutely fine. You find yourself in this labyrinthian sort of like really tight, you know, crevices. But also as you move your way through that and you eventually pass through that, you start coming to areas where there is water. There's not really like any banks, but there are these high caverns that you're kind of swimming through. And the current is gentler because it's like widens out into these areas. But there is dark, it is pitch black. Even with the light, you know, sources, these caverns are like 80 feet tall and they're quite spread out. Rowan.
This is where I make a Rowan boat.
Yeah, sure.
A rope.
Yeah.
And
Rowan
Oh,
boat.
have you been thinking about that? A rowing boat, like rowing.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So it's a Rowan boat.
And this is your use of your music of creation.
Performance of creation.
Yeah.
And it's a physical object that can be touched and therefore given light. It also, anytime anyone touches it, so if they're sitting in the boat, you hear soft music.
Very nice.
And it kind of glitters a little bit
Does the soft music play in general or only when people are touching the
when
boat?
you're connected with it. when you're
Okay,
touching it.
nice. So yeah, so like a 10-foot boat, like if you squeeze a bunch of you together, the dolphins swim along.
I could still lead the way.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
as the
absolutely.
dolphin,
So the group of you and like some of you, like even if somebody's holding onto the side, like it's still going to be helpful for that, right? It's
buoyant.
The only thing is that this is against the current, remember. So you have the boat, which is going to absolutely help you. I've given you a success for the boat. Don't need to make a roll for it. It's an automatic success.
Cool.
To make this boat work, somebody's going to have to row it, which is going to be an athletics check.
So you're saying I can hear music when I touch this thing? Come on, motherfucker, come on. Come on, motherfucker. Wow.
Mortal combat. Da-na-na-na-na.
Kano.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Luke Cage. Wow. Acrobatics, you say?
Athletics, for
Athletics,
rowing.
you say?
It can be anybody that is not
got a plus
Gruff
4.
or Rowan.
I think I'm
You just made the boat.
Yeah, true.
I mean, actually, no, technically, you could row the boat if you want. That's what I'd say. Gruff can't because Gruff is currently a dolphin.
I'm a dolphin.
what would it
Well, narwhal.
No.
what would it be? So you need that to just go forwards, right? Or is it
That is a thing that if you want to use this boat to more success,
Right.
it will need somebody to row it.
okay? But in terms of like for doing it for a long time, what kind of check might that be?
That I would make that a con saving throw.
Because that's
If you want, yeah, you could be like Xanthius is going to row, and like you feel like his stamina is going to be like I think I'd say you could make a Constitution saving throw.
I think I'd like to call on Constitution just
Sure.
to do it more consistently and regularly rather than
penalty, either. So.
Sorry,
In fact, he has a +1 to a con save, extra +1.
I do.
So yeah, you absolutely could.
Can I do it
Yeah,
that way then?
yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Great
In
way
that
of thinking
case-
about it. Love way of using it like something different as well.
Yeah, in that case, I have +8 to my con. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
So 28.
Well, it's more that like Xanthius just keeps rowing and just doesn't tire.
The flywheel just starts
No,
kicking.
that'd be a different thing. That would be a different thing. But no, you are able to keep this boat rowing with just very little issue. Yeah, you are able to
Just
keep this
power
boat.
on.
As long as the boat, like, eventually the boat's going to reach a point where you have to lose the boat and go back under the water. Like, but for this large section of this open cavern, you're absolutely going to be able to do that.
Hell yeah.
Is anybody else doing anything else?
I guess I'm still leading the boat, like with my blind vision.
I won't make a new roll for that because you've already done that for a success. So
Boat looks like Rowan.
Does it?
Does it have a masthead? Like the.
It's got a Rowan face.
Yeah.
What are the oars? Are
The
they your
oars are
arms?
Rowan arms.
Oh my god.
It's like the Incredibles when Mr.
But like that.
Yeah, it becomes the.
So the entire time I'm going, your face is looking up at me.
Or is it? Would it be facing
No, it's
outwards?
facing out.
Yeah, it's
It's
facing,
facing
out.
out.
It's on the
Okay.
back of his head.
So I just see ass.
And then I guess like
No, you're in
Daisy's
it.
put light on your head, so it's like your eyes are like
Yeah.
like
You've got the head
oh yeah, no, yeah.
yeah.
That now is magically
That is
glowing and
light, yeah.
I
projecting
almost see
light.
it like a log flume, like that
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So for the reference for this, so because like yeah, you've already succeeded at navigating as your dolphin, so you can't do that again, right? You have to
Okay.
do something different, like and
I'm a seal,
creative.
blind vision.
Blind vision.
So, blind sight even.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I just changed it to different.
Seals actually have that?
No, they have dark vision.
Uh,
But a shark has blind vision.
just turn to a shark then.
Yeah. Okay. What could I do?
I mean, it doesn't have to be like other people can do stuff if they can think of something as well.
I have
Like even
used
just
all
simple.
of the things
Well, even like
that-
simple like. While we're on the boat, I want to make a perception check to like look out for danger.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somebody can make one of those, like if somebody wants to, or like
Like ducking from stalagmites.
yeah, or like I'm
Stalactites.
gonna move ahead and stealthily try and see if there's any danger ahead of us. I want to make a stealth check. You tell me what you want to do. Like find a thing that your character does good, and I'll find a way to make it work.
At the moment, it's swimming.
My trick is to just look at the skills and then try and figure out how they work rather than
Yeah, that's
doing
fine.
it
You're
backwards. I know I'm rowing, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's fine as well. Like, I don't mind that.
If I use my dolphin's charge ability, can I use that to like if they put a rope on me to try and like just help the boat go forward?
Yeah, I'd say that. I would say that you, as the dolphin, would have to make a athletics or strength if you don't have athletics listed under the dolphin. So it'd just be a strength.
Strength +2.
So it'd be just +2.
Okay.
Because it's like can you pull a boat full of people fast enough than the rowing is?
Can you tow the Rowan boat?
And also, do you
gently
like
up the
injure
stream?
yourself in doing that, or do you like tie yourself out and stuff
So
like that?
the charge ability is like one of their like combat moves.
Is it limited use or is it just a thing they can do? Because if it's just a thing,
It's an action.
yeah, then it's you don't get any special benefit from it. But just because the dolphin can do that, I'm gonna say you can make a strength check to see if you can help.
Oh, wait, hold on. If the dolphin moves at least 30 foot straight towards a target, then hits it with a slam attack on
You're
the
not
same
making an
turn,
attack, so none of
it
that's
can-
going to
yeah,
be
okay,
relevant,
so-
right? You're not making
No, I was
an
just
attack
reading the
against
full
something.
thing just
Yeah,
in case
yeah,
there was
yeah,
something
yeah.
I missed.
Just a
Yeah,
big
I get it.
Yeah. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I took a fate, by the way, if you hadn't.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
22.
Yeah.
22, great.
Do it.
So with that, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Gruff is currently like almost acting like a motor and like helping pull the boat along, kind of giving like Xanthius a bit of a time to brake and also moving at a bit of a faster speed.
You can see, well, you can locate.
Yeah, with blind sight,
Yep.
so I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Daisy or Ophelia, anything you guys? One thing from the two of you.
I might do the old perception check with my dark vision.
Sure.
Keep a lookout for danger.
Yep. So just perception check. Would you like to choose fate? There's one left.
Nah, I'll be alright. As she says. 17, 15 with my thing.
-2.
Yeah.
Just barely a success.
Yeah, goddamn.
In fact, that's perfect that we ended on that perception check because as you are making your way down through this large open cavern, maybe the final part of this journey, you think that like you are on the cusp of arriving near your destination in this section here that you're in. It is Ophelia with that perception check that you would notice there is something odd about this last section of this kind of cavernous like river that runs underground. There are, as you are moving up, hanging from the cavern roof, and like there are rocky, this natural rocky texture all over the walls, and there begins to form like the sides of not banks, but like little kind of ridges out of the water. And there are formations of stalagmites and stalactites, water dripping from them and things like that. Several of the stalactites, you would notice, you're almost fascinated because from the stalactites, drip, drip, and maybe for Ophelia it's like, oh, that almost reminds you of drips of blood. kind of like dropping into, a pitcher or something. Sometimes like the courts of the House of Blood would like do these beautiful sculptures and blood would run down them and then drip off into like a basin and then people would fill their glasses and things like that. And it's watching that and you're like, that's odd. A couple of those stalactites, water's not dripping off them, but it is dropping off the neighboring ones. And you just notice that. And the boat is moving in that direction, being pulled by the dolphin.
Rowan, do you know...
Hello.
The stalactites up there? Those ones, do you see those? They're not dripping with the water, but the other ones are. Do you know what that might be?
As you say that and point towards them, Ophelia, one of those stalactites, a part of the rocky surface opens and a glaring yellow eye snaps down as it opens a maw hidden within the rocky texture of the surface, and a long tendril reaches out and would have caught you all by surprise. If you guys had failed the skill challenge, I was going to have you go into this being surprised.
Sure.
But because you caught it, you are aware of this thing. That is going to be, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Ophelia,
Wait, did you say that thing?
that stalactite has an eyeball. Is that normal?
Oh, I thought I'd ask you because you're the rock man. You know rocks and things.
Wow.
I'm the rock man.
You're the rock man.
And Rockman eventually becomes Mega Man.
What does a dolphin
true.
do
That's
for
true.
initiative?
Dexterity. If you don't have a specific initiative, it's just dexterity.
Natural 20 now.
Nice.
That makes sense. You're going first. You're looking right at it.
It's looking at me.
Yes. All right. Wait.
Daisy.
20.
20 for Daisy. Xanthius.
I got a 10. Do you get -2?
This is an ability check.
So it is.
Yes. Initiative is...
Does dolphin still get sad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't take away from, the hangover.
Can't wild shape a hangover away. But if you could, though.
In that case,
That'd be
Gruff. So -2 to what you've used.
15.
15. Rowan.
18.
With the -2?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Hold on.
Yep.
I'm confusing things. It would be a 14 -2.
12. Ophelia.
20.
20 with the -2 as well.
Yep.
Great. Well, I think Daisy has a little bit quicker dex
Yeah,
than
she's
you,
more
so I'm going to give Daisy the priority. You would watch as, the ones that you pointed at. So Ophelia pointed at, I would say there are 5 stalactites that weren't dripping water.
Oh,
one of them is this one that's like opened its eye and all these tendrils and mouths have come out. But there are other stalactites that haven't moved yet. They just look like stalactites to you. But yeah, Daisy, I will maybe for next week have a map for this. But imagine like a long, very tight river. Like, I would say 10 feet wide. Like, the boat is literally up against the walls. It is, but it's very deep underneath the water. And then about 80 feet high is a rocky ceiling, basically.
So nothing else at all. No sides to the cat.
There are sides, but like they maybe widens out, and there are like lips where there are like rocky protrusions. Nothing you can really stand, or you could like hold on to. Yeah.
I will just throw a radiant blade.
Okay, what's the range?
I feel like it was 60 feet.
I think it is. These things are about 80 feet above you.
I will move 20 feet and then I will throw.
They up, like, they're
above.
20 feet, yeah. Like, it's
Can I
80 feet
climb-
high, the ceiling.
Up onto a ledge?
20 feet, like, you don't have a climb speed or anything, do you?
No.
So, you could attempt to physically climb, but that would be an athletics check to try and, like, physically climb the wall. It's rocky, it's like natural handholds and stuff, but it would be, like, pretty much your whole movement.
Not much I can do then.
Hide. Let's all get under the boat.
Yeah, what's like in front of us? Is it still just more river?
Straight on, yeah.
Okay.
I'd say, like, maybe there's a slight curve here and there. I'll do a proper map for next week, but I think we're only going to get through one round anyway.
We'll just kill them all in one round. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, watch
Maybe.
this.
Check this.
How many are there? 5?
Yeah, 5. Some they are scattered about. I'd say that okay, let me put this in the thing. So the one that is attacking you is basically directly above you at this point.
Yeah.
With 2 more, and then there are 1 further down, and then 2 more further down in front of the boat.
Okay.
So imagine like a straight line,
Did you say the stalactite?
about 20 feet between the 2 groups.
Sure.
Did it like Demigorgon out from the stalactite?
So it's like there's like an eye, and then it has like a mouth, like on the side, on the curved section of it, like a cone. Like imagine a cone with a face, with a single eye and a big mouth, and then like parts of the rock have split off into long whip-like tendrils, basically.
Can I hit one of the tendrils? If it's reaching to us with the tendril.
Yeah,
can I hit one of the
I'd say you can attempt to. Yeah. Because the tendrils are very long, but I'd say you can attempt a cold shot. Sure.
better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
I guess
There's
I'll try.
more than just throwing blades.
Not for me.
Yeah, there is, dude. Come on. Fly. Get up there. Just go right up in his face. Stare him down. Have a staring contest with him. Win. He runs off in shame. Story 1. Altheya ends.
Yeah, but I have one of those a day. That's it. If I use it on this, I don't have it for the big
That's true.
fight. So
That's
for
like
now,
5 days away. Speak with
Today.
Cohen.
I hope not.
Natural 20.
This is a short.
Natural 20. So, yeah, I would say it literally, I was like, you need to roll fucking high to do a cold shot kind of thing.
Natural 20, so
So
27.
roll me damage. You would not have sneak attack on this, but roll me damage.
So
It does have multiple tendrils, by the way, so like you are going to strike it and do damage, but it's going to have more to attack with.
it would be 10 for the, because it's a crit, plus 3, so 23 damage.
23 points of radiant damage, yeah?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, 23 points of radiant damage. Yeah, you...
No, sorry, 10 plus 3, so
Oh, 13.
13
13.
points of radiant damage.
Yeah, like I said, like this literally needed to be like a nat 20 to do a cold shot on this tendril because this thing is so far out of reach, but you wait and time it, you throw the knife, and as the tendril is reaching down towards the boat, you just manage to catch it searing through the tendril. It burns the tendril away, and then more just come lashing out. Like it has a untold number of these things.
And then I guess I'll try again with the bonus action because it's...
Oh,
Alright.
actually, no, I'm going to slight retcon. I didn't fully read. There are about 6 of these tendrils. You have destroyed one of them. Oh, with that attack.
Nice.
Nice.
I'll try again.
Yeah.
No. I rolled a 3, so probably not.
A 3 is not enough, no.
I will just use my movement to go into the water, and because we've got water breathing, and I'll just
Yeah?
make us less of a big target. I'll move away from
Okay.
the boat slightly.
So you want to move do you want to move ahead or behind the boat?
Behind slightly.
You want to move behind slightly. Okay. Would you want to say 10 feet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Make some notes for next week when I do a map. Alrighty, Ophelia. Let's try and route through and at least get a turn in.
Ophelia will rage,
Righty-ho.
and she will jump off the boat and dash up the wall towards this thing.
Try to climb.
So full dash
Yep.
upwards.
Okay. That will get you
That'll be 10 feet, so 35 feet of movement.
That's perfect, yeah. So you get within 10 feet of this thing.
Yep.
And yeah, you're just staring at this horrid thing in the way. As you rush up, 2 of the 2 stalactites next to it, which you also were like, that's weird, they're not dripping water. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 yellow eye-like orbs open around one of these stalactites, and it almost like a jellyfish undulates like an umbrella as 2 of them react to you moving up close to it as well. These seem to be a very different creature to the other one with the eye and the tendrils.
Oh, cool. There's more! There's more!
So that is just your full turn,
That's
isn't
my
it,
full turn,
basically? In that case, Rowan, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is a hugely whopping, my god, ginormous. 10.
10. Okay, so it's actually these creatures that you've moved up next to, these jellyfish-like stalactites that come alive. And yeah, they seemed indistinguishable from a stalactite. It was only you just happened to notice like this water dripping funny. And one of them, they basically detach and begin to almost float like jellyfish. And one of them is going to try and wrap itself around you.
Oh.
That's interesting.
23 to hit.
Yep.
That is only going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage, so half to 3 because you're raging. You are a medium creature, and you have dark vision, so it wasn't blinded or anything like that. Okay, so this thing tries to wrap itself around you. Like completely, but you managed to kind of like shrug it off for the time being. I had to have advantage. I didn't realize I needed advantage on the attack roll to do this, but it tries to wrap itself around you. And sensing that you seem to be able to perceive its movements, even though like you're up in the dark of the roof, basically. Keep in mind that like Daisy's light only goes up about halfway. This is all like nearly in pitch black. It's only because your dark vision being able to really spot it. The one next to it is instead going to open itself out, and a 15-foot radius of magical darkness will extend and engulf you, so your vision goes completely black. Cool. So 15 feet around it in the middle, and the creature, the one with the tendrils, becomes like a 15-foot of darkness, basically. Cool. The two which are further down the river, one of them is going to target the boat and engulfs the boat in magical darkness. And then the other one is going to drop, and it's going to go for the narwhal at the front.
God damn.
So those two are going to drop down and do that. So against the narwhal, of course I roll a natural 20.
Oh, bloody
How much health does that narwhal have?
You'll see.
And the narwhal has blind sight, did you say?
Blind sight, yeah.
Great. The magical darkness means nothing, so I don't get advantage against you either. So that is going to be 9, 10, 11 points of bludgeoning damage as it dives into like the water and tries to like wrap you up. But the same thing, you can still sense this thing even though it's like in darkness, and you manage to wriggle free and stop it from completely engulfing you. And that's the end of the dark
How many hit points does the narwhal have?
That was exactly enough to knock me out of wild shape.
Bugger.
Which means you no longer have blind sight, which means you're in magical darkness. But I wouldn't have had advantage in the attack roll still, so it still doesn't grab
Doesn't
you.
matter though. You got nat 20, so it doesn't matter.
No, it does. This ability, I have to have advantage to do this
really?
special ability.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
I have to have advantage to do it. All right, that is the Dark Mantle's turn. Rowan, you are in magic darkness in your boat.
Yeah, that's
It goes
bad.
completely black.
I'm gonna have to just use my wits and do a disadvantage attack at the thing that's causing it, because it jumped onto the boat, right?
No.
Or did it just cast it
It
down?
cast it created darkness.
In which case, I will.
Oh no, it did spread out from it, so it would have dived onto the boat. You're right, it is there. Yeah.
Okay.
You can sense something is like in the darkness, like trying to grab you guys.
Jumps onto the boat and then it's
Yeah,
darkness.
that's correct. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, disadvantage, but you can still make an attack roll.
Before I do that, I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Xanthias.
Cool, thank you.
They only need to hear me, so I strum the tune. You get an extra D8, 10 minutes.
Something.
Great.
Something also, you get the extra ability, Motive Potential, spinning around your head, which could help. And then I'm going to disadvantage his swing for this
Great
thing.
for it. Yep, love it.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's not going to hit. I roll a 2. Plus
It's not
5.
going to hit.
So,
No, you just swing in the darkness, whoosh, sword whips through the air, unable to see. Anything else on your turn? If not, it is Gruff's turn.
that's it.
All right, Gruff, you're out of dolphin narwhal form.
Can I make a sort of devil's bargain? I will describe what I would like to do and we'll see. I imagine just like, panicking, kind of just being knocked out of this shape. Suddenly it's dark, there's a thing trying to grab. I kind of almost see Gruff trying to grab this thing himself with his claws and try and pull it underwater with the idea of trying to drown it. Like, he wouldn't know if it is watery or can live underwater or not, but this is my Gruff is panicking.
I don't think you need to do Devin's bargain here, because what you're describing is what you want to do is grapple this guy and then move with it underwater.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. So we'll use the new version of it because it's on your character sheet. So I believe you make an unarmed strike against it. And then if you hit with the unarmed strike, I have to do a saving throw, I think. and then if I fail that, then you have the thing, and then you can move half speed with it.
Oh.
I believe.
Okay. Then can I use that for
The
the
unarmed
last
strike?
fate dice for the words?
Yes.
Boost that roll.
Mummy, use fate dice. 17 plus 3 for an unarmed strike, so a dirty 20, but minus 2 for.
Not to attack rolls.
Oh, not to
just
attack
ability
rolls?
checks and saving throws.
Oh, and plus another 5 as well because I fate.
You easily grab this thing.
Okay.
So you so instead of doing damage, I believe you do the grapple option.
Yeah, so the target must succeed on a strength or dex. It chooses saving throw,
This
DC
thing's
8
quite strong.
plus proficiency plus thing. Is it my? No, you choose. Must
No,
succeed.
it's you choose. So DC 8 plus proficiency, which will be 11, plus your strength modifier.
Dex. It says strength or
Okay,
dex.
yep.
It chooses which. So my dex is +1.
Okay.
So DC 8 plus proficiency bonus plus dex.
So it'll be 12 if it's
So,
plus 1.
yeah.
So DC 12. This thing is going to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. How strong is it?
It's pretty strong, +3. When I roll a 7, though, still fails. So you dig your claws into this thing. You have it grappled. That's your action. You can now use half your movement to carry a creature that you're grappling. So you can move 15 feet down. Are you doing that to the one that attacked you or to the one that made the darkness?
Which one was nearest to me?
Both were right next to you.
Can I roll a dice to see? Because I feel like
Sure.
in all the kerfuffle of everything was happening.
1 to 3,
Yeah.
the one that made the darkness. 4, 5, or 6, the one that attacked you. I can't read it.
5.
There you go. So it's the one that attacked you.
Okay.
So you grab this thing, and you dive underwater, 15 feet, carry it underwater. It is undulating like a jellyfish. You're not sure if it can swim, but it seemed to have some ability to fly, and that's probably going to help it try and get out. But while you're grappling it, its speed is 0. So as long as you can maintain the grapple, you have it underwater.
Yeah.
Whether or not it can breathe water, you don't know.
This is pure gruffy instincts because a lot happened.
Yeah, no, I love it. Sure, cool. That is Gruff's turn. Xanthius, last, not quite last actually. Monster goes last.
Sweet. So, what's the space on this boat? Like, how far away am I from Rowan?
It's a 10-foot boat.
It's a 10-foot
You
boat.
are at least 5 feet. You are basically next to Rowan.
Yeah, but there's also a big pillar on it too, emitting darkness.
There is this weird stone jellyfish emitting a 15-foot radius of darkness. So for me, I had that place that it hits the boat and the 5 feet in front where Gruff was. So Daisy, you're currently not in the magical darkness, but everybody else is.
So it's currently
And there's a
like
15-foot of darkness
mast.
up on the ceiling as well.
Sorry, the front of the boat is basically
Yeah.
where it is. Or the front.
It's on the front. It's on your
It's
head.
on Rowan's like
Yeah.
head, boat head.
On Rowan boat, the Rowan boat head.
Head.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah.
You're like behind me, or next
I'm
me.
just-
And then you saw, just before that happened, you saw that there were 2 more on the ceiling, well, 3 more on the ceiling that Ophelia ran up to fight.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna. I need to remember for next week that I have the mote of potential. I'm not going to use it this time because I'm going to use a burning hands right in front of me onto this thing where I know it landed before it emitted the darkness.
Great. Cool. What the DC?
Is a dexterity 15
Level
save
1 or level
because of
2?
my poison.
Are you going to use that? You only get one. You only get to do it once for DC.
Now I'll save it. Actually, yeah, you're right. 14
right.
dex save.
Level
that is
1?
a
Level 2?
Level
Level 3?
Level 1.
Level 1.
Level 1.
All right, great. Rowan, can you make a saving throw for me as well, please?
Are you next to me? He said he was next to me.
It is a 5-foot boat.
Yeah.
Like, you are going to be burning hands.
Well, he's
It
either
is
in
gonna
front of
catch
me
it.
or behind me. Like, I'm not going to cast it if I know he's like right in front of me. That's insane.
Yeah, he thought he was
Sure,
behind
okay.
He was either next to me or behind me.
He attacked the creature. Remember.
He's next.
I swung my sword at the creature.
That was a thing that happened in the combat.
Right, but where was
So
I
how
rowing?
would he attack if he was behind
Where
you?
was I rowing the boat?
Well,
Out the back?
in the middle.
Or in the middle?
Back,
Yeah.
well, the-
It's a 10-foot
Where's the
boat.
middle in a 10-foot?
5
I guess you were at the back.
I was at the back, okay.
He attacked it, so he had to be next to it.
I'll move on to his space and cast it through his arm.
Okay. Doesn't work that way.
Okay, I don't do burning hands.
You still can, it's just Rowan will be hit by it.
No.
Precious boy.
I'm not going to cast it on Rowan.
Okay.
Cast it through me.
Yeah, right through you.
Just take
Which I guess is just on you.
It's not just you have to remember, like, if somebody says, I'm going to move up to attack it, that means they're right next to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm also managing a lot of things.
Yeah, within 5 foot.
Yeah.
Oh god, Earth Tremor is annoying as well because that hits everything.
Also on a wooden boat on a river.
Yeah. All right, I'll do a Chaos Bolt in darkness. I know it's disadvantage, but whatevs.
Sure.
Fate.
And I won't use Fate. I'll instead use your motive potential. So is that +8 to your attack roll? Well, not +8, but D8.
It's 2 attack rolls. You can add it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But disadvantage.
Ability check. Yeah.
Okay.
Attack roll.
Holy shit. 28 to hit.
Hits, even with the disadvantage. I mean, like I said, you kind of knew where it was.
So using it on the attack roll,
Yeah.
you need to make a DC 15 con save.
Fail.
It does extra thunder damage.
Extra thunder damage. Oh my god.
Equal
Of
to the
which?
bardic inspiration dice +4.
And I rolled a 7 on the bardic inspiration.
So +4, 11 thunder damage.
Equals to the number roll on that.
Oh, okay. So another 7 thunder damage on top.
Okay.
Great.
You say plus, so not +4.
No.
But no, you get temp hit points equal to that +4.
But what, on an attack roll as well?
No, sorry, that's on saving throw.
Okay.
You do an extra 7
Well,
thunder
there's
damage.
7 thunder damage.
Yeah.
On top of that, I also do 2d8 and a d6. 5 and 2. One, either ice damage or lightning damage. Ice, I guess?
Cold damage?
Yeah, I guess cold. I'll pick cold. But that is 7, another 10 on that. I didn't roll the same number. It doesn't chain. Everything has been a mess.
So is it just 10 from, because you did the d6 as well?
Yeah, no, I didn't roll very high.
So
on
17 total.
17 total. 10 of ice, 7 of thunder.
Okie dokie. You feel it connect against this creature. There is this kind of horrid noise
Yes.
as it gets struck. You feel this icy blast past you, Rowan. The thing is still just barely standing, but yeah, it is heavily injured. This is not a spell, so it doesn't have to make concentration checks on the dark.
Shit!
It kind of exudes it from its body.
Is the darkness.
It is the darkness.
Okay, that's... Damn it. Does the thunder do more? I guess I can't tell. I can't see the thing.
Yeah.
No, I will, in that case, I will use a sorcery point just to give myself some Glyph of Vegas. And that is my turn.
Okay. The final thing to act is the creature up on the ceiling next to Ophelia, the one that has not acted yet, the one with the eye and the tendrils, that had one of its tendrils chopped off by Daisy. This thing is annoyed at its companions for blinding it as well with their magical blindness. But it can sense, it knew Ophelia was there, so it is still going to try and attack you as well.
Yeah.
I
totally forgot that it got
You do hear some sort of the sounds of hundreds of tiny little feet. As this thing can technically move 10 feet, so it's gonna skitter across and try and come around, trying to get out of the darkness. But it's still gonna try and attack you.
Amazing.
It has it has a lot of attacks, but they are all disadvantage. So first tendril. That is a natural 1, it's a miss.
Yep.
Second tendril, that is a 9.
Yep, fail.
Third tendril is a 11.
Fail.
Fourth tendril, 18.
Hit.
Okay, so you are grappled as this thing wraps around you. Whilst you are grappled, you are restrained. You have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, as you almost feel like a kind of a leeching poison, making you feel a bit weaker as it touches you.
Oh, I've already had a rough day as it is. Get off.
It then pulls you 25 feet closer to it, so you feel yourself thrown through the air, and then you feel something bite on top of you again. With your restrained and grappled, so it has advantage, but the darkness still gives it disadvantage, so it's a straight roll.
Yeah.
I will back up my
That'd be rough
phone.
without magical darkness.
Yeah.
15.
That just hits.
Just hits. All right.
It's all right.
Oh, low roll so far. It's not bad.
That's all halved as well.
16 points of piercing damage, halved to 8
not too
points
bad.
piercing damage. That could have been a lot worse. I rolled bad. As the roper bites and down on top of you, and you feel yourself, you're still wrapped up. It is a action on your turn to try and escape, and that is where we're going to leave it with Ophelia wrapped up in the magical darkness.
God damn. God damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
as these
And like
creatures-
80 foot in the sky.
Yeah, in magical darkness.
There's better
sounds
places
great.
you could be.
Yeah.
It's cozy.
One of those things. But that is, excuse me, that is where we're going to end today's episode. We'll pick this up back next week. I will make a fun little map to make the visualization of spacing a little bit better. I might try and do some weird thing where, like, I'll put the river up high so we can have, like, down.
Yes.
Oh,
And then I'll try and, like, I'll try and figure it out. I might have to
We
use,
need a
like...
fish tank,
Yeah.
some water, floating terrain.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the minis, but I'll try and figure some cool way of doing it.
I'll 3D
Could
print
use
a
the
Rowan
other
boat.
minis.
A rote.
Use the Hero
rote.
Forge mini.
Just
I
run,
painted
but
those. I don't want to ruin those minis either. I worked hard on those minis. But that's it. So we'll figure that out.
Did minis.
That is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye.